despedida. Entonces mía. Prendí un Filipo que no venía. A ver, déjame... ¿Estamos en directo o qué? Dímelo, Wiz. La verdadera presión. La verdadera... Hola, ¿cómo están? Y hola, hola Anderson, ¿cómo estás? Hola César. Hola Cristo. Hola Irving, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos? Entré muy rápido, perdón, soy precoz ese hoy. Déjame ponerle aquí. Vamos a empezarlo aquí. Yo me llamo Cachura, ¿cómo estás? Hola, hola Rodriguito, ¿cómo estás? Semifinal de Moy Mejampa. Se jugó ayer. Y tengo el internet hecho mierda, ¿o por qué está así? Ah, no, es que es así la imagen XD. Porque siempre todos los torneos tienen esa misma musiquita, loco. No, Trovo no avisó porque todavía no me han mandado la notificación. Ahora sí. Ahora sí, chavalón. ¿Qué me pareció Warzone Mobile? Mira, a mí me... O sea, no como que tú digas que tiene unas excelentes gráficas ni nada. Lo que sí me convenció mucho, que luego lo vi en Instagram, porque ni siquiera lo vi en la presentación. Lo vi en Instagram, es que va a tener 120 jugadores reales, en teoría. Y no sé, a mí me parece muy bien eso, 120 jugadores reales. Eso es todo lo que un Battle Royale puede ofrecer, loco. O sea, es lo más que un Battle Royale puede ofrecer, loco. Dímelo, Rockweiler, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué lo que hay, Gabo? ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Qué onda, Gonzalito? ¿Es en vivo o no? No es en vivo. ¿O esta madre se está lagueando o qué? Ok. Aquí sí. Ojitos de film militar, ¿no? Un río. ¿Ya te corre en los 90 FPS? ¿Siempre? What the fuck? Hola, hola Francisquito, ¿cómo estás? Digo, compartan en directo. Compartan, estamos en Facebook, en Trovo, en YouTube, en TikTok de... Ey, me voy a abrir un TikTok, loco. Nunca en la vida se me hubiera ocurrido eso, loco. Hemos llegado al extremo. Hola Roy, hola Freddy, ¿cómo estás? Y Twitch, también tengo un canal de Twitch, pero no sé si abrirlo por ahí también. Debería, chavalón. También quiero ver ahorita. Ah, sorry, loco. Hey, saluditos, Manolito. Los reales lo máximo sobre el gráfico y todo. Recuerda que es un alfa. No, el gráfico está feísimo, pero es un alfa. ¿Sabes? Igual es lo que le estaba diciendo a un muchacho ayer. Ayer vino aquí un muchacho y yo le dije, o sea, no se estén emocionando todavía con un juego que todavía está en alfa y que va a salir en el 2023, ¿sabes? Y que no se sabe ni cuánto tiempo va a pasar para que salga, ¿sabes? Entonces no se me emocionen con Warzone. Todavía no se me emocionen porque todavía no va a salir. Sale hasta dentro de como 6 meses, cabrón. Entonces, bajen el hype. Guarden el hype para después, 5 FPS, ya sé, cabrón, no sé qué pedo. Y no es mi internet, es el directo, loco. No estaba en YouTube estos jueves. Pero que Alonso, ¿cómo estás? Hola, Manu, ¿cómo estás? Diablos el Pain, saluditos Pain, ¿cómo estás? Saluditos Churatu, ¿cómo estás? Video se ve la beca todo lo guiado. Oh, saluditos Javier, ¿cómo estamos? No, no es en vivo, no es en vivo, López. O primero va a New Zealand contra Cold Shower. La foto del perrito de Cold Shower, cabrón. Con una ducha aquí, cabrón. Y un corn dog, loco. De mamada. Luego trae su Zygnus, ok. Espera un momento, déjame. No me digas que se ve así, cabrón. Todo directo, cabrón. No, no es en vivo, no es en vivo. Yo siempre espero que pase todos los vivos para poner los directos porque siempre es un pedo conmigo con cualquier cosa, entonces pues para evitarme problemas, mejor no. Para evitarme problemas, mejor no. Mejor después de directo, tranquilo, en un video, reacciono. ¿Cuándo fue ese torneo? Fue ayer. ¿Mm? ¿Qué? Pero yo no puedo obligarlos a ellos a ir más rápido. Sigue donde mismo, siguen a 20. Se bajó para. Se bajó para. Pero eso, ellos dijeron que iban a llegar en una hora. Menos una hora. ¿Viste la chance de ganar? No, de hecho podemos ir a la escuela. Bro. Que lo primero que va a haber es Trace de sus signos. Ya de una. ¿Quién ganó Zygnus? Sí, se ve así de mal. Ahí lo traté de ver y me pasó lo mismo. No, hombre. Entonces, saluditos Javier, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. No mames que se ve así siempre, loco. No hay un YouTube ni nada. XD. No digas mamadas. No hay YouTube, no hay YouTube de movimiento ni nada. ¿Cuándo pasó esto? Ayer. A ver. Móvil. Mayhem. Traigo esos signos. XD. X didn't. No digas mamás. No digas mamás, chavalón. A ver. No digas mamaders. ¿También te amo, pequeño Rambo? ¿Dónde puedo ver si tiene YouTube este güey o no? Es que está en 1080 plus, cabrón. A ver. Se llama Day Nominate. No me digas que me trolearon así de esa manera. A ver si tiene un canal de YouTube. Pero no transmite ahí hace 3 meses XD. X didn't. X didn't. Bueno, se chingó. ¿Así se va a ver o qué? Todo directo. Suscríbete, Chill. Tienes que suscribirte para que se vea bien. Sí. Ah, pues yo me suscribo. Claro, joder, claro que sí. A ver. O me están troleando de verdad. Y luego, si me están troleando y pago una suscripción por ustedes, luego por gusto, los voy a mandar a chingar a su madre, ¿eh? Ni hagas caso. ¿Quién fue de la idea entonces? El Santana lo voy a tener que banear, chaval. Estoy suscrito y se ve de carajo. Bueno, el imbécil está suscrito y se ve igual de mierda. Ese no tiene que ver. Ey, pero ¿qué es esto, loco? Mira esto, loco. Mira el press de Marchi en cámara lenta. Nos metemos en arroz, que es directo. Habrá que meterlo en arroz, loco, directo. Habrá que meterle en arroz directo, loco. Ah, mira. Ah, mira, agarra cada rato, ¿eh? Oh. Es que no se pone, nada más está en 1080. Y no es por mi internet, porque mi internet está bien. Como estoy transmitiendo en 3 plataformas distintas. No, ahí agarro. Ahí agarro, chavalón. Recomiendo el 7, pa. Tiene más refresco de pantalla. No, String es de Latinoamérica. Y este es Norteamérica. Hola Logan, yo muy bien, ¿y tú? Saluditos, César. Ahorita lo veo. Sí, pero Warzone Mobile todavía falta un año, es lo que estaba diciendo Javier. Ustedes empiezan a decir, no, que si vas a jugar Warzone Mobile. Ayer me dijo un muchacho, ¿cómo ves el competitivo de Warzone Mobile? La mamada. Warzone Mobile ni ha salido, sale 2023. Y ya ustedes haciendo planes de que competitivo, de que crear contenido de Warzone Mobile. Ok. Buen directo, bro. Ya en la Play Store no. No, estás equivocado. En la Play Store está ahí la, ¿cómo se llama? la lista de espera, pero pues sale hasta el 2023. Se ve culero, ya sé, pero pues igual si sigue así pongo la de Bobby Place del... Y Bobby Place no transmitió esta, loco.
Is going to be able to get one, trying to get the front initial break. He is finally going to be able to find one, but it's not going to be enough for that clean
No, se
sweep
jodió
of
este
the
pedo,
Zygnus
loco.
roster. And right now, looking pretty solid here for Zygnus.
Está bien verga este directo.
60 off of this one. Not quite full 60, but anything that can need.
Bueno, veré el primer resultado nada más y ya cambio. Este Tony, loco, este Tony está jugando demasiado bien, cabrón, se la chupa. ¿Solo es la primera partida o todas están lagueadas? El Víctor. Nada, sí está lagueado en toda la... El Bobby no lo transmitió, ¿verdad? No, el Bobby transmitió uno de hace 2 días. Nice. Valiendo verguiña. Bueno, me voy a aventar esta, loco, ya. UD contra Zygnus. Zygnus le ganó a UD. Supuestamente hay una partida aquí que dura 26 rondas, loco. Según me contó Mago. En la partida de B y D les duró 26 rondas, loco. Imagínate un B y D 26 rondas, cabrón. Me muero, loco. Se puso bien rica, ok, ahorita lo checo. ¿Media hora para cargar o qué? Vaya. Ok, este no está lagueado, creo. Creo. What the fuck, ¿todos están lagueados o qué? Dios mío, Trovo, arregla tus servidores, en serio. Los trae hecho mierda, loco, los servidores a Trovo, cabrón. ¿Ya acabó la Champs? No, todavía faltan las finales. O sea, el mundial. Diablo, el Alonso es muy gracioso. Me caga la gente que usa SKS en su mid, cabrón. Ya es como pasarse de verga mucho, ¿no? Ya estuvo suave de... O sea, ya estuvo bien de que lo ves. Ves a una puta SKS en Fighting. Ves una SKS en Raid. Ves una SKS en Standoff. Ves una SKS en Slums. En Hacienda, cabrón. Pero no mames, una SKS en Summit, cabrón. Vete muy a la verga. Güero nunca volvió, ¿verdad? Adelante. Hola, Full, ¿cómo estás? Tiempo sin vete. Décadas. Han pasado años, décadas. Que tienen buena skill. Sí, ajá. Esa es la puta arma más sin skill que existe en el mundo, caro. Todavía no sé quién verga dijo en un torneo una vez que la SKS era un arma que necesitaba skills. Sí, ajá. Mi canal de stream está en YouTube. A ver, déjame ver.
Washi heard what you had to say and he decided he was going to step things up. He's sitting on 15 right now, force free as well. That Annihilator going to afford him the Hunter Killer. Does drop right there, so no more streaks. But right now, Zygnus scrambling for some type of map control.
Yeah, and UD are
No, el
extending
stream es
this
de
strong lead. You
Latinoamérica.
can see the feed is mostly blue and Band coming through. Two-piece with the Sparrow. We've got an overlap here, though, with Blur using one of his own, so we will have to keep an eye on those operators and see what is going to really roll through. We do have two claws in play for the side of Zygnus. That's going to be on Wiru and Endpoint, and I do think that these are very usable in the meta right now, especially with the range versatility, right? You know, they at a mid and long range, it kills just as good as a death machine. The one thing you do lose out on is wall
Sí, Luis,
penetration,
pienso eso.
but you gain that ricochet potential. And, you know, the death machine has to wind up, right? You know, the equalizer's not great in the meta right now. Purifier, Sparrow Band, that leaves you basically three operators on board. Gravity Vortex, Annihilator, and Claw.
Yeah, right now, Zygnus going to need to use those operators to try
Yo
to
me
clear
fui
out
de
this
que
Goliath, but they are not making any type of progress right now. The map control for Undream.
Es que mira la diferencia de kills, cabrón, entre un equipo y otro, cabrón. O sea, muy amplia, cabrón.
The snow area, and Washi is going to drop, but Band still sitting on the hard point. He's still around 50
Ya, Rocky,
HP.
deja de chuparme los pies.
Slowly but surely,
Por
the
Dios.
damage coming through, but he's going to stay alive in the midst of two kills here as well. And now we're going to be forced to use the
Ya, Rocky, deja de chuparme los pies.
It's going to be Tio that takes down the Goliath right there. That's going to be a wasted operator. And man, things continue to look rough for Zygnus right here. As Band up at 16, Washi at 15, Envy at 15. Just still trying to make his way into the double digits. Same for Solo. We saw some struggles out of him on the weekend as well. So when you're talking about who's maybe going to end up on the bench for that roster, I think we definitely
No, pero
need to start seeing a little
Piro,
bit
yo
more
lo que siento es que, no sé, loco.
Solo, as I think there were definitely
Yo
some
siento que
people
lo que
on the
pasa en
weekend as
Zygnus
well.
es cuestión de mentalidad,
He's
loco.
gonna be looking to pick things up. Fortunately
No sé.
for him, teammates able to carry the load is right now Washi still
Yo siento que es cuestión de mentalidad, porque tienen excelentes jugadores, loco. Pero no sé, como que la mentalidad, no sé qué está pasando ahí, loco.
Yeah, and I think part of the thing with Solo, at least in my opinion, is we obviously saw him absolutely rock the Kilo for quite a long time, right? Not the AR Kilo either, you know. He's been
Están
rocking
en ping
the
NA,
Iron Sight bolt action
que
Kilo.
siempre van a estar en
making
ping
it
NA.
look nice, been sniping a little bit. And I
Es
think that has
Norteamérica
got
eso,
him into a little
el
bit of a
torneo de
rusty
Norteamérica.
situation when it comes to
Ni
what
modo
he
que toque
does
pinche
best.
lango, cabrón.
That is playing that submachine gun rush aggressive
No,
play
no,
style.
papi.
So these are things that are going to need to be fine-tuned before stage 5, and you know, even sooner than that, before Sunday's games of the grand finals, assuming UD make it that far. Again, with where they stand in the competition right now, I think you said it perfectly earlier. The only team that UD has really struggled against is
Pum, proceden a robarse a Chisui de
much
Leventi.
of the back scenes in the scrims, but the only team they really seem to struggle against has been Tribe. So I would expect to see them move forward.
Yep, no question about it. They have dominated this matchup so far, now sitting up by 130 points. And man, Washi continues to beam with that Kilo. I know that he was doing some traveling and whatnot in the weeks leading up to stage 4, so maybe now that he's had a little bit more time to practice seriously, some of the rust coming off, but Undream definitely firing on all
Don Jesús me lo
cylinders
confirmó.
right here.
Ah, no se ha venido ese fichaje porque no estamos en temporada de champs. ¿Qué opinas de Jesse Bake? Son los hijos de Tony. Es que Sammy, el directo de Zygnus versus Strife está todo lagueado y pues puse Zygnus versus UD.
Zygnus in a good position to start closing that gap a little bit, but they're going to need
No,
multiple
Heku.
consecutive 60-point hills
Tengo
in
que...
order to make that happen.
Yeah, and against a UD team that has been looking so strong, that is going to be a difficult feat. And you're talking about being down 125 points right now. They've got a big
El ping en server ayuda mucho a NA como no hay LAN. LOL. Así mismo como ayudó a Brasil, ¿no? No digas mamadas. No digas mamaters.
So good in the past, not only weeks but months of gameplay is just. It's going to really test Zygnus here. And again, even if they drop here, I think they have a really good opportunity come into the search and destroy for some more action. And right now, Zai, he found one, but ends up not being able to find the final shot onto Envy. Banned there as well. They're going to secure the kill. And now it's a fight for P4, Bobby.
Yep.
No digas mamá que Yes juega 56 ms y le mete el pito a medio COD móvil, loco. Y juega a 56 ms.
Using up a lot of those operators and streaks, and obviously you got to pace those well to Tio. 1 HP, able to stay
No, he's
alive
rewatching.
right there, and Envoy's going to be able to find
Hey, I don't like to
the initial shots on the
like
blur, not going
to
to be able to connect for the kill, and now
watch the live stream like when they live streaming,
another one
because I don't want problems, you know. I'm chilling.
Washi trying to flip those spawns.
So
Free firing, I'm not entirely sure where. It's still Zygnus on the inside, but spawns not
I watch him
favoring him, but
when the
three in
stream
feed,
ends.
just like that. They're back in control, and look at
Y
Tio.
Chisu
He's
dice
sitting on
hacker,
full
sepa.
streaks right now. The hunter killer gonna go
A nadie le vale verga eso, loco.
about that
La verdad.
angle to try to make it out, but a double one
Y que
shot
sea hacker o sea, el jugador que sea hacker o no en el competitivo, loco, y esté resaltando en el competitivo,
definitely not within
al final a la larga se va a ver
reach.
afectado, loco, porque cuando les ponga las esports y no pueda instalar nada, va a valer verga el jugador. Entonces, pues, o sea, todos los que estén saliendo nuevos, todos los jugadores competitivos de amateur y todo junior y toda la mamada esa, loco, que quieran meterse hacks para subir, se están afectando a ustedes mismos, cabrón. Literal se están afectando a ustedes mismos. Hola, Destro, ¿cómo estás?
We have 2 Goliaths on board, one for Tio and one for Just. So there's certainly still a chance.
Porque al final, sí, te estás rifando un chingo, loco, pero te ponen una cuenta eSport y ya no vas a valer verga. Ya lo vamos usando, provechito, papi. Sí, Madrid.
Gonna be able to find 2 before Undream hops on. If you're Zygnus, every second counts right here. You have got to get on the inside of the hard point to contest as much as possible, but it's all Undream in the feed. And that might
¿Qué ustedes piensan a su modo de ver que le está pasando a Zygnus, loco? ¿Piensan que es de motivación, mentalidad, nivel? ¿Qué ustedes piensan?
I mean, he definitely needed it. Again, you know, when I said that Washi had been underperforming, that is not a shot at Washi's skill. That was just a fact of the weeks past. So I'm glad he's stepping it up. Obviously,
¿De qué país soy? De Cuba.
in the background, trying to get himself back into the swing of things.
No, hombre, güero, cabrón.
Because he has been one of the main snipers to watch out for in
Yo digo que le falta más OBJ, loco.
Well, it is not
Porque mira, güero, 15 segundos, 23-32, loco. 15 segundos nomás, loco. Envoy, que en teoría es el OBJ, últimamente no está jugando muy OBJ, es lo que estaba diciendo el otro día, no sé si habrán cambiado roles. Yo que Tetillo estará jugando OBJ ahora y Envoy ancla, supongo.
Slayer too, 37 and 28 right there, and a minute 40 on the hill, second most on the team, so solid performance out of him.
Si te das cuenta, todos los de este equipo, mira, 1.40, 1.45, 51, el Blue que es el ancla, 1.12, 1.6. Literal, ¿sabes? O sea, el solo quedó igual que Güero, ¿sabes? Quedó igualito, cabrón, idéntico. Pero se hizo un minuto.
For this, obviously, Washi on Dream and Zai over on Zygnus. We see Tio pull out the sniper a good bit as well, so we'll see, especially on a map like Fire.
Es lo mismo, un paquete de deditos.
Typically, Zygnus a little bit slower on the approach on the offensive side, so I would say pretty good chance that we see double snipers out of them. That's another thing you gotta think about when you're talking over who's going to be in that starting roster for Undream is obviously Washi was the starting sniper for the team in stage 4. But G's can save you a phenomenal sniper.
¿Qué? Sí.
Hola.
You freaking
¿Me oyen?
No.
¿No? ¿Cómo así?
Ay.
popular phrase
Pero para
from our
saludarlo.
favorite coworker,
Sí,
right,
sí te
is-
escuché.
is,
Ok.
you can't spell E without for NA, it's not as catchy, okay? You can't have a day of play without some no king, no party action, all right?
I was really hoping you were gonna have like
Ahí
some
vamos a poner la
original,
segunda
but
partida entonces directo. Me acaban de
first
llegar
win is Zygnus playing relatively passive right
los
here. I
reales.
think we may have a player climbed up into tower, and that's exactly where Envoy's gonna be. Titio is gonna drop off the start, but just able to trade one, and Envoy slowly making
Unos
his way
paquetitos de
top
reales.
10. He's in a
Son
nice
como
spot
este,
right
que mi
now.
mamá me los lavó.
I mean, bare minimum should be able to get one. Does drop Blur right there, and now Solo has the information, but he's going to slide the corner, drops as well. Now it's all down to Envy to try to clutch up right here. Ooh, doesn't peek the doorway. Envoy wishes that he would have. Just on the pinch. Envy going to try to make something happen from top wood over here.
All right, well, this is a big bounce back round for Zygnus after they
Peru.
were pretty heavily shut out by UD last round. Envy's last live with the kilo, and
Yo digo que se quedaron
close range
estancados.
gunfight like that, the Switchblade is
Yo digo que el
absolutely
fichaje de Güero no fue el más indicado,
I
loco.
gotta say, one thing I'm really excited
Creo
about
yo.
the
A mi
competitive
parecer.
scene for this year, at least what we've seen so far, is the updates to the
A mi
tournament
parecer,
client,
¿sabes?
so we don't see 8 months of Holger Shorty again. That was a little rough, but this year has been great, and well, they're coming up to the end of our summer season for Mobile Mayhem North
Hola, tío
America.
Galleta, ¿cómo estás?
Tio cleans up too, but Solo with a miracle grenade gonna take down bomb carrier
Yo, en mi
Envoy,
pequeña opinión,
and at least gets the 2-for-1 trade in favor still of
el
Zygnus.
fichaje de Güero no era el más indicado ahí, loco.
But Solo said, I don't need a perk. Use martyrdom properly. Titio on the inside of trailer.
Güero
He'll be
rifaba
able to
más
shut
en el
down
evento.
another.
Sí, pero
Finds one, and
si te
now
pones a
all
pensar,
that
Güero no
one,
era el que más
but
rifaba en el
they
evento.
can see that laser, and
O sea, Güero no era el mejor jugador del evento.
the firepower of Vernetti, I'm not sure if it's worth giving
Que
out
así
that
hubo un momento que
they
estaba en su prime y todo el pedo, que era cuando ellos jugaban en el evento. Creo que ese fue el mejor momento de Güero.
That timing is just tragic for him, is Titio
Pero,
able to slide on through, picks up the kill,
no
and
sé,
now
loco, no era el
Zygnus
mejor,
extending
no era el mejor
out
jugador
that
del
lead.
evento. Y habían,
And I think especially the fact that we're seeing
no
that
sé,
happen on the
no sé,
offensive side.
debieron haber dejado Kingworks y ya y
Especially in
hacer la
recent
sinergia con
months, it
Kingworks.
feels like teams have had a tougher
Al
time
final Kingworks
converting
rifó más.
on the offensive round, so for Zygnus to come out strong like this, good sign for them.
Y pagaron un chingo de feria con Güero,
Make his way
que
up to top tower for free
a
once
mí
again.
Super me habló del
There's another
contrato
free
y
kill out
pagaron
of
un
Washington.
chingo de feria por Güero, cabrón. Chingo, cabrón,
All right, well, we're sitting on a 2 right now.
Chingo,
Not
chingo,
sure I'm
chingo.
loving the chopper play out of him, but you know what? It doesn't seem to be mattering right now. As Zygnus, they're keeping their lead against UD and continuing to push forward. Envy, once again, left in just a poor situation. It's a 1v4 with the potential of the bomb plate coming through out of Weir right now. He is going to find one onto Zai. That makes it look a little bit more doable. 4 on the board for him, and the biggest slayer he's got to contend with right now is Envoy, who's sitting on a 6, and he's got at least information on one
El
in trailer. He's got to
tío,
be
bueno,
hearing that chopper coming through, spraying, but with the position that Zygnus are in right now, there's no reason that even if one player loses a gunfight, the others should not be there to help clean up on the backside. And you know what? Here's Envoy rotating in from behind.
No, no fue
Takes
BD
it
como en
down,
esta
and
ronda,
it's
ese
gonna
es
be
después.
a 4-1 lead for the side of Zygnus.
Pero no
Who
siente
just
esa playera.
looks so different with Weir on
Es que no es el sentimiento, loco, es sino que,
And the thing is, he hasn't had a
no sé,
bunch
siento que
of
con
huge
Kingworks tenían más
plays, only
sinergia,
2
loco.
kills on the board right now, but, you gotta think.
O sea, agregas un jugador que nunca ha jugado con ustedes, loco.
I think so.
I
Mames,
know he's
un
like
mes
the
antes de la
captain. I
Champs.
don't know if he's the IGL. Blur's gonna find the opener, but yeah, his presence definitely making a difference for them in the search and destroy. And just to
Aquí
be
es
able
todo
to
cuestión de
find
sinergia,
another
loco.
trade
Mira,
right there.
Tribe no cambia sus jugadores.
Those were plays they just weren't really making
Cuando
in
cambia un
these
jugador
ones
Tribe,
that
loco,
they
es para
were.
mejor.
It was
Literal,
too
es
little,
porque
too
es
late.
Dios.
Envoy gonna be able to find
Por ejemplo,
Envy as
Tectonic.
well, and right now, Undream not looking incredibly confident, and it's a little bit surprising out of them is, with the exception of Tribe, they've always looked like a very confident team. Just gonna be able to take down Washi, and
Recuerda que lo ficharon por el pedo de Yuji, pero no te estoy diciendo que, o sea, es que, cabrón, hubieran dejado Kingworks. Si para eso son 6 jugadores, para tener 5 y un sub, si cualquier pedo pasa con uno de los titulares, pues juega el sub. Mira, al final en el torneo jugó Kingwax en vez de Güero.
Well, finds one. Ends up getting taken down by Blur, but it's a 2-for-1
¿Cómo que el meta no me favoreció? Si no mames. Tony jugaba con la Kilo. Eso es otra excusa más, loco. Envoy pudo haber jugado con Kilo también. Con la Kilo mítica, loco. Y si Envoy siempre ha jugado Kilo.
Dang, Washi!
Oh my dude.
Turn with the flank taken down by Blur, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. Well, Washi picking up Zai is definitely huge for the
Se hizo los 4, ¿no? 1, 2.
With the flank finds 2 Washi. Picks up another this round, but now he is once again just
3, 4, cabrón. Oh, mames, cabrón. ¿Qué pedo con ese enfermito, cabrón? Pinche Washi está pasado de con sniper de Chile.
That's the Washi I want to see.
That's a 1v3 to
Mira, pero
the ties right there.
Luismi, Envoy siempre desde que lo conozco está jugando Kilo, cabrón, o M13. Lleva un chingo de meses jugando Kilo y M13, loco. O sea, ¿por qué en la Champs no se puso la Kilo, loco? Así se la puso, de hecho. Era de que practicara todo el tiempo con Kilo, loco. La Kilo está buenísima. Tectonic jugó la Champs con Kilo. También Bol usaba la Kilo. Nunca es bueno depender de una sola arma. Pues mira Tectonic, cabrón. Tectonic te juega Kilo en Summit, amigo. Kilo en Summit. Kilo en Summit. No es que sea bueno o malo depender de una sola arma. Es que tu arma depende de tu rol. Si tú eres ancla, no puedes jugar con SMG. Tienes que jugar con un arma de larga. Tienes que jugar con un AR. ¿Sabes? Si eres support, tienes que jugar con un AR. O un SMG, pero pues el ancla es más de AR.
It was almost a big comeback from Zygnus in the hard point, right? I mean, it took them a while to get going, but they finally got the gears moving.
Es cuestión de que a ese nivel, loco, cada cual tiene que tener su rol y el arma depende de su rol. Los brasileños usan la SKS para el ancla, loco. Envoy era buenísimo con la Kilo, loco. Yo siempre he visto a Envoy jugando muy bien con la Kilo. Es súper bueno con esa arma. Súper bueno, loco. No se le puede negar nada con esa arma. Y con la M3 era buenísimo también. Entonces, si eres bueno con un arma, loco, juega con esa arma siempre. Mira, Blur es el ancla de aquí de UD. Y Blur te juega en Summit con una Kilo. Te juega en cualquier mapa con una Kilo, ¿sabes? Y si no es Kilo, es SKS. Kilo SKS. Porque es el ancla tiene que tener AR. Y si tú eres el AR del equipo, y supongo que ahora hicieron ese cambio de que Envoy está jugando más ancla que de OBJ, porque últimamente no está jugando muy OBJ. Entonces juega AR, ¿sabes? ¿Qué rol es Tony? Yo no sé, loco. Yo creo que es ancla o support, loco, porque Bolu hace lo mismo que él, loco. Yo digo que Bolu es el ancla y él es support. Pero a veces se lo flexean también, a veces él juega ancla.
has a great IGL. Like,
No,
we
OBJ
have
no
a
es. OBJ no puede ser, loco.
standout,
Un AR, no mames.
strong, like positive, smart player, if that makes sense. I don't want anybody to take it.
Y ya ese rol de Slayer ya como que pasó un poquito de moda, ¿eh?
So unusual.
Es que ya estamos a un nivel que el Slayer no es un rol que realmente exista, ¿sabes? Como que un rol que tenga valor.
We'll see how it pays off for Zygnus. Tio gets beamed off the start. That's just the way that Washi's been playing so far today. It is Zygnus.
No sé quién sean los dos OBJ de ahí, luego, la verdad. Porque Marchi sí es OBJ, pero no sé el segundo OBJ cuál sea. Porque Bait te juega algunas partidas OBJ, pero otras partidas no juega un carajo. Y así, cabrón. Es que esos güeyes tienen a Marchi en el punto, loco, y te juegan los 4 fuera, loco. Creo que le vale verga, loco. Te juegan los 4 fuera tratando de buscar las rachas. Fíjate que por eso es que Drive empieza más suave, loco. Si te das cuenta, Drive no empieza las partidas así contundentes, ¿sabes? Ellos van de a poquito, loco, ¿sabes? Vas empezando la partida, vas con ellos 100 a 100, 120, 120, 130, 130. Ya cuando tocaste los 130, empiezan a sacar todas las rachas, boom, 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 boom. Y se te van arriba a 250, 130, cabrón.
I was just gonna say, when we play for control, it's like head glitch central trying to push into A, right? So, camping in a nasty head glitch like Wiru is right now, kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, no question about it. And right now it's
Sí, con 2 goleadas y te sacan 3 goleadas y toda la partida sacando goleadas y sacando 1000 mamadas, cabrón.
They apply that pressure and it's kept Undream pushed pretty far back in a place where they haven't really been able to do a whole lot about it, and especially with the lives looking the way that they do right now, 8 life disadvantage. Band's not going to be able to win that gunfight. With only 4.
Sí, pero es que está lagueado ese directo, Santana. Pero es lo que siempre hace el Drive. Que eso es una cosa ya que...
Not much of a hope for Zygnus, is that what you just said?
Not much of a hope for Undream is obviously what I meant to say, but...
I was real confused. I was like, oh no, Bobby doesn't know that we switched sides.
No, de hecho ya lleva tiempo ya Bulu jugando con la Switchblade, ¿eh? Ya lleva tiempito jugando con la Switchblade, que yo lo he estado viendo, loco.
I don't think the long range style plays the offensive very well for this map, so it'll be very interesting to see.
Y el Jet sí juega con la Switchblade, pero a veces se cambia. El Jet siempre está usando 18 armas distintas, cabrón. No es como te juega con Chopper, que acá 117, que te juega con el culo, que te juega con escopeta. ¡Oh, la madre! Ese pinche spot, ¿qué, cabrón?
That first round, you're on the defense, you have the opportunity to sit back and play for wallbangs, play for information.
Mira ese spot, cabrón.
When you're on the offense, you gotta push into
¿Qué pedo con esa mamada, cabrón?
time, let alone break A. Playing LMG and SKS on 3 of your players is just...
El support,
I
supportear.
don't think this is gonna cut it, so...
Apoyar.
The submachine gun and kilo force that we have on the side of UD, I think is a little bit more versatile. I think it's much smarter play on the side of UD after I just, said they were all stupid, but...
Yeah, like, I can understand rocking double chopper and SKS on the defense.
Que el support también se mete al punto, loco. Eso es que te digo, que Tectonic es más support, loco. Yo siento que Tectonic es más support. Porque Tectonic te ayuda en el punto, te está sacando rachas, está apoyándote desde lejos, ¿sabes? El rol de ancla aguantar el respawn. Es el que está hasta la quinta vez que está atrás aguantando el respawn. Por eso es que necesita un AR. Y el OBJ es el que juega punto. No, está en la 39 todavía. Yo lo recibo. El OBJ juega dentro de punto. Es el encargado de jugar adentro de punto. El ancla, por ejemplo. en ese punto tiene que estar hasta atrás, hasta... Bueno, esto no es hardpoint, pero por ejemplo, hasta allá, hasta fuente, se queda uno atrás, ¿sabes? Ahí donde está Blur, siempre se queda uno, ¿sabes? Ese es el trabajo del ancla, ¿sabes? O quedarte aquí en basurero y aguantar el respawn de abajo cuando toca P1, por un ejemplo.
Yeah,
Guardar respawn,
we've seen
exacto.
a lot
Es
more LMGs
aguantar el
in play
respawn.
as of recent, right, Bobby? And I think one of the other ones that's a very viable option is the UL.
Pongamos en cono,
It's a
que se
bit
quede atrás
more
en conos.
versatile. Now, I still don't think running, you know, an SKS and two LMGs is optimal
No sé, en
on
Summit, en el
offense on this map.
punto 3
You
de
know, we're
Summit,
back on the defense,
se
and
queda hasta
a lot of
atrás, hasta el
good work
barrilito
here
ese
once
de
again.
Summit.
We're, again,
El ancla por lo regular
last
rota
in the
temprano,
matches
tiene
with
que
the
rotar
chopper
temprano,
ready to go. This is the way you should
para asegurarle la
play,
rotación
right?
al equipo.
You get into next and you're on the offense again. Switch it up, guys. You got to be able to bring some close range to the table. We need to see like
¿Cuál juego
3
púrpura?
SMGs at least. Maybe you play
Saludito Chepe, ¿cómo estás?
one SKS and one chopper still to try to grab some of the picks on the longer angles. But it's just not optimized or optimal for this kind of matchup. So
Ok.
I think Zygnus have a big advantage
Pinche
to be on
ratilla,
the
cabrón.
defense for that final round, but it's not showing me they have good adaptability for them to come through and
¿El Guachi
realistically
tiene
be
una
sitting
aniquiladora
on
o qué?
such a weak offense right now.
Yep, they are able to clear things out. Don't give up the full B push.
Hola, padre, se lo culió.
Probably could have connected on one of those. Regardless, they're still up 7 lives right now, and you can afford to give up that B zone. Typically, it is A. That's going to be the tougher one to capture. Band going to be able to connect on 3 in a row right here. That's going to at least give them
No,
a
se lo culió.
little bit of breathing room. It is Zy, SKS off the head glitch. Not going to be easy to take down. Well, Blur has an SKS of his own, and
Tuvo buena la chance de Garena.
out on that right side of the map. Opens up the push right here.
Ahorita la veo, pero es que quiero ver... Quiero ver las 26 rondas del equipo de Mago, cabrón. Dice Mago que hubieron 26 rondas contra Joe Mama, cabrón. 26 rondas en un SND, cabrón. Sigax ganó Drive.
And because of it, this a little bit closer than they would like. I still don't think anything for them to worry about. Maybe overextending right here because there's no reason for you to push for that right side map control. You lose another life. You lose another right there. And now it's only a
Hola, Ger, ¿cómo estás? Ahorita lo checo, Soldi.
away this round, all you had to do was sit on the inside of the control point.
No, es que le remontan, cabrón.
Hoping he can connect with the shorty right here, but
No mames que le remontan, cabrón.
No,
No mames que le remonta a Blur, cabrón. No mames que le remontaron, cabrón.
Listen, everybody knows I'm a Zygnus fan, and I will absolutely call them out when the misplays come through. And honestly, Zy, I get pushing up and trying to hold down that long main street with the SKS, but he's tucked away in a corner, right? And that is just not optimal positioning for an SKS. That's where you want your forward slayers to be if you're going to hold a corner like that. And, you know, you mentioned it. We were just pushing out for no reason on the side of Zygnus, and I think UD did a really good job capitalizing on those mistakes, and as a result, they pick up the offensive win now. And Zygnus, they got to switch things up and make something happen here, because now they've got to find their offensive win just to get back into that round 5 defense so that they can try to play it a little bit smarter. And we're still sitting on an SKS and 2 LMGs, down 4 lives, trying to push into B. And I think this is going to be a 2-1 lead for UD after this round.
I mean, it's already 2-1 lead, so.
I'm in the series.
Ya, si ustedes van a armar un equipo,
have a chance here.
ustedes tienen que tener una cosa en consideración, loco. Armar un equipo. Y un equipo tienes que buscar 1 o 2 monos que jueguen a R. Y 3 SMG. Independientemente del meta, cabrón. o AR o SKS o cosas de largas, ¿sabes? O chopper o algo así. Y 3 SMG. Eso es súper importante para un equipo fino, ¿sabes? Pues si tienes todos SMG en un equipo, vas a tener un desmadre. A no ser que de la SMG delete a 200 kilómetros de distancia, o sea un meta como el de P90 que con una P90 podías matar de 500
The reality is
kilómetros de
with the
distancia.
defense that we were setting up and holding on the side of Zygnus, there was not, you know, if capitalized carries, they've got a hard point lined up ahead of them, and because they got that win in control.
¿Ves lo que te digo, loco? El güero no está dando mucho la talla, loco. No sé qué le pasó al güero, loco. Mira, fíjate, todos los del equipo están bien, loco. El güero es el único que...
Maybe full
28, right? Obviously, people at
I definitely gotta agree with you there. I definitely have to agree with you there. Again, going 10.
No sé, yo siento que no fue un buen fichaje de güero, cabrón.
and we're still running 2 choppers. This doesn't feel like the map for that. If it's a map like what, firing range, everything's wall
Maybe
bangable.
maybe a P1 push because you have so much like long range and high ground opportunities on raid P1. But like then you get into P2, which is like a close quarters base rush basically, right? So I'm hoping they will adapt as we get moving on because right now UD they've already got the break on the P1. It's incredibly difficult to re-break this hill anyway. So once we get past, we got to see some more switchblades come out, right?
Yeah, 100% agree. Oh, you see his foot. You see his foot. You see his foot. There we go. Picks up the kill right there. That's going to be a break for Zygnus. Not capitalizing on the head glitch right there. Maybe a crouch would have done you some favors, but that should allow Undream to go ahead and break back in. No, Zygnus still have the reinforcements. Seems like more than anything, Undream just not wanting to give up spawns right here, but Solo's going to drop. They maintain the spawns as the scrap time is going to go to Zygnus, and now it's Envy holding down the backside, Kilo in hand. Waiting for a push.
Tengo una laptop aquí que no llega, cabrón.
Go ahead. Peek from the tree side, able to pick off one and making his way to the backside. Some more damage. Zai will be able to take him down, and Zygnus now looking to apply that pressure from the backside.
Well, Wero's going to find one, but loses out to the Kilo in that close range gunfight. And UD starting to extend their lead. They're sitting up
déjame le subo el cable de
now. But how long are you going to be able to hold these close angles with all the LMGs in play? You find one from Wero here, turns the corner, and does get dropped as part of Washington's 2.
Ya se lo comí de la última vez y se me fue el internet, loco. En medio de directo.
But Justin Zai come through. Maybe this is an opportunity for the side of Zygnus, but UD sitting 40 points above their opponents right now. They're already rotated over towards next. You can see you've got Washi and Blur over here as well. Yeah, this is honestly just sloppy play from Zygnus right now. This is just bad decision after bad decision.
Yeah, they put themselves in a terrible spot right now. That's a free rotation for Undream. And they're getting all the kills in the feed as well. So Zygnus scrambling. Envoy off to a slow start. He's only got 1 on the board. Band's not missing a shot. He's sitting on 4 in a row right now. Pulls out the Annihilator to see if maybe he can pocket himself a Goliath as well. And be able to connect onto 1, make it 2, but does get dropped before the Goliath goes through. So for Zygnus, that's your one saving grace, but that's pretty much the only one. Is Washi's 1 off of a Goliath. He's going to be able to get
Washi ya tiene todo el
before getting dropped, and now we've got 3 players sitting on double digits for Undream, and the closest for Zygnus is at 8 right now, and that's a pretty good indication of how this one's going so far.
Alright, well, a couple kills do come through from Zygnus, gets them the break on the second half of Garage, and they're going to be able to regain some points here, but you need to make this rotation over towards next now, and well, trying to take someone off the heady with the chopper is going to be rough, but Weru does find the wallbang onto Band before getting taken down by Blur. And once again, UD just start filling up the feed. We've got a Goliath in on the hill. It's going to be in that cubby. And this is such a difficult hill to break when there's a Goliath in that cubby. Because even if you do get the favorable spawns, because they can be so wonky here on P4, got a Goliath that's in cover that you've got to... I mean, you can wallbang it, sure, but... I mean, you're just giving your opponents time at that point.
And Envoy completely wastes his claw right there. So we're from the top side going to be able to connect on one, but Pred.
Ese Pred ahí estuvo gigante,
Still
cabrón.
on the inside of the Goliath. You got a Pred for Band if he wants to use it as well. And once again, no surprise. Weru, chopper in hand. Only
Hola, hola, Dieguito.
on
¿Cómo
the
estás?
board. It's just not going to be able to keep up. And this is
¿Qué tiempo no te veía, Dieguito? Mucho trabajo.
Has not been touched on the inside of that cubby. They like barely even tickled him so far, and he's just chilling. He's got no reason to move. He doesn't need to pick up any kills because soak up as much hard point time as you want. And Weir is going to be able to find the kill right there, but this is what the first time they've actually won an initial hard point rotation, and could potentially get dropped before the hard point even pops, and just like that, 3 kills go through.
Pero ¿por qué no juega? Ok, Isaac. ¿Por qué no juega? ¿Cómo se llama este? ¿Cómo? Kingwax. Por Güero, cabrón.
Ooh, Envy. That's a big kill for Envy. Ends up taking Wiro off of a freshly popped Annihilator. And that is a big operator denial now that we have in the bag of the side of UD. And, you know, they're sitting on a 100-point lead right now. This is almost a position that we were in the first game. Right now, the only operator we have available is Just, which is being burned currently. You've also got Band, who's just got one of his own, but we've got 2 Pred missiles for the side of UD.
Pero todo bien, todo está tranquilo, Dieguito. La familia todo bien.
Maybe they get 2 or 3 Goliaths like they did towards the end of the first hard point. You've got to worry about, you know, are we going to have trophy systems available, or is a Pred missile going to completely take out what we've worked for? And are you even going to call them in? Because I feel like during the first game, we didn't even really see the Goliaths get dropped in any sort of timely manner, right?
Yeah, definitely we're not able to capitalize, and I mean, across the board, Zygnus still getting outslayed incredibly right here. As Weru and Envoy, through the first rotation of hard points, have combined for 14 kills. 14 kills is less than anyone else in the lobby, with the exception of Solo. So you got to find a way to get these 2 players going. If you're Weru, I'd like just switch guns.
No mames, se puede llevar ya para de gente.
Switch guns. This is not the situation for the chopper. You need to be able to traverse the map quickly, and he's not able to do it. If you're Envoy, I don't know what the issue is. He's been rocking the switchblade the whole way through, and he's still getting completely obliterated. So right now, it feels very much like a confidence issue for this Zygnus roster, who has really struggled here in the hard point. They find themselves down by 100. They've had a tough time countering Envy, who has just been absolutely beaming everybody in sight with Kilo. And he's going to be sitting on another 4 spree right here, as he's got an Annihilator ready to go.
All right, well, Zygnus, you guys almost had to come back in the first hard point. Can we see the opportunity come through now is the question, because this is where it's going to start to matter. Now, you do have that Game 5 search to fall back on, but with the level of competition we expect Zygnus to be at, falling back on a search and destroy is just honestly not acceptable, right? So, UD, they've obviously crossed the 200-point mark now. They are extending that lead. The feed is all blue, and there's only about 30 points to go, and they have time on the hill now to do it if they get a good hold. Pred missile is going to come through for 2 out of
Si la jodean todo el tiempo, eso es lo que están haciendo, porque Washi ahí está haciendo un desmadre, cabrón. Gana con ese punto.
Washi killed himself with an Annihilator out? How's that possible?
Se mató con un dron,
It shouldn't be.
creo.
I can't think of a way that's possible. I thought Zygnus had rotated early. They didn't rotate early. They just
Pierden con esa, loco.
They spawned in garage at the exact same time. That's I mean, obviously you have Zygnus who look good in the search and destroy, but that is definitely far from a confidence builder. Is they nearly get 100 points.
O sea,
right
chécate.
there, and once again,
Lo curioso, Alex, es que les costó la partida, o sea, les costó mucho una partida de raid a los 2 jugadores AR, ¿sabes? En teoría, siempre los AR juegan mejor en los mapas de larga distancia, ¿sabes? En teoría, en casi todos los equipos, el AR juega mejor en los mapas de larga distancia, loco. Pues los SMG en mapas de corta distancia. No sé, loco. Es lo que te digo, Envoy estaba jugando ahí con Switchblade, loco. Y le fue mal, porque llevaba, ¿cuánto? Como 8 kills, loco. 7 kills, cabrón. Que eso es como un 730, cabrón. Por ahí debe ser, loco.
I mean, obviously you have Zygnus who look good in the search and destroy. Things went right there.
I definitely think that is a certain possibility. Washi coming through with 29 kills on board. Yet Envy flying through with 31. Band with 28.
No sé, yo siento que Envoy debería volver a su AR, loco. No estar inventando con Switchblade. Sí, te va bien una partida, pero tú siempre has sido main AR. Mira, por ejemplo, yo no tengo el aim que tiene Envoy, ¿sabes? Y yo te juego AR casi todas las partidas y en Summit juego Switchblade porque no tengo otra opción, cabrón. Yo tengo las sensibilidades muy lentas para jugar con AR en Summit también. Entonces yo siento que, ok, Summit juega Summit con Switchblade, pero no mames, los demás mapas, si tú eres AR, siempre has sido AR, juega con AR. Un BID con SMG, pero no mames, un hardpoint. En un mapa super largo, un control en un mapa super largo, juega la AR. Melo Fury, ¿cómo estás?
But clearly, it must just be good all the time, right?
True.
It's always the right gun.
Porque si te das cuenta, su estilo de juego, yo he visto mucho jugar a Envoy, loco. Los únicos directos que yo veía de la gente de Zygnus eran los de Envoy. Y su estilo de juego es muy paciente, cabrón. Y es un estilo de juego de un AR. Él es muy paciente, loco.
Kind of like a menace right now, and it leaves Blur last alive. And unfortunately for him, his opponents do have the bomb, so he can't even play a defensive angle right now to save his life. And that is likely going to give a big opportunity to Zygnus. He does find one as Zy misses the shot mid. But he's still got two players to deal with a clock that is ticking down against him.
Chupa la Mau. Chucha. Tenía que llegar a las 3:30 de mi paquete, loco, y todavía no ha llegado. Aquí estoy.
Trying to bank the nade through, but there's nobody on the opposite side. So fortunately for Zygnus, he's taken long enough, and Envoy going to be able to win the gunfight anyway, and that's going to be Zygnus taking.
Pero no hay una manera de verlo, Igo, no hay una manera de verlo sin que sea en el directo de Denominate. O sea, nadie lo expectió. Nadie en todo Trovo expectó el AMM. Nadie, ni Nomon, ni nadie de esa gente, loco. Alguien lo debió haber expectado, loco. Ni alguien que conozca. Déjame entrar a Nomon y a ver. De Team Oaxaca. Guara.
For the side of UD, that will give them at least a slight advantage, but Envoy, he has been a demon. 4 kills on board in the second round, neutralizing that lead that we had. Now, Tio could be
Guara no lo transmitió tampoco.
He quite got the information, but Zy is going to get at least some that Blur is here. Got a concussion possibly coming out.
Well, thought Zy might have a chance to clutch. He dies pretty quickly right there, and is going to be on Dream bouncing back to take the round.
Travis su 5, pues va a estar buena, loco. Va a estar interesante. Bueno, no transmite eso. Que esté en Amplify, no puede transmitirlo. Pero tiene que ser alguien que le va a ver que no esté en Amplify, loco.
1v1 player, not able to
Alguien
connect
debe
on the
haberlo
first,
porque
but
lo transmitió.
teammate hops the opposite side. They both pick one up, and with Weir down, it is still going to be Zygnus with a man advantage. They get the information. Players going to wrap back into stadium as well. And not quite where you want to be as he overextends a little bit right there. Zy gets him information, but just got to connect right here. He's going to be able to take down one. And now the pressure
Ahora,
down to Washi
Mau,
and
yo no, o sea, lo que quiero ver
2v2
después de
right
esto
here.
es
Washi been phenomenal
las
so
26
far
rondas y ya,
in the
loco.
search and
Ya
destroy.
vemos la de Garena si quieres.
Bomb is down over outside that B site. Zygnus gonna
Tranqui,
take their
tranqui.
time in retrieving it, and Zy and Washi, I think, see each other right now. Just gonna be able to pick up Envy, Washi.
El Eagle, tú que estás siempre en todas.
Right there, but he hits the follow-up.
No hay nadie que la haya transmitido aparte de
Now down to a 1v1. The bomb is
de
still
Dominic.
not been retrieved. He can get the high ground up above. Should have the advantage heading into this gunfight.
Well, definitely has the opportunity. It's a 1v1 with Just, and Wash is sitting on 2 right now that he found this round. Just obviously saw the bomb there, rotating up behind. Washi
le dio
not
un
going
marker,
to win
eh?
the close one this time around, but still very early on. It's 2-1, Zygnus' favor. This one, Bobby, is for all of the marbles. Obviously, that opportunity to move on to the semifinals on Thursday, and the even greater opportunity is moving on to
Oh, Zygnus le ganó, 3-2.
So, UD, this is a team we would expect to win, but again, we're in this Game 5 search, and Zygnus won the last one 7-2.
Oh, what a nade out of Washi right there. The hit marker got to be disappointing. Another hit marker out of him. Usually don't see a whole lot of those for him, but going to be able to get at least the assist, and now just all alone. To be able to catch
Hola, hola
Envy
del
off
Mech,
guard,
¿cómo
but
estás?
would have been nice to get that kill a little bit more
Esa
quickly.
granada estuvo fina.
Now the wrap back toward the B site and should be able to be unspotted right here.
Travis o Zygnus creo que juegan en noviembre.
Catch Washi
Siempre
off
octubre,
guard.
noviembre.
These two players not super close to each other. But now on the top side, Blur going to be able to relay the information. 0 shots connect for Just right there, and that should be an easy round to clutch. Blur connects with the Deagle. Just like that, we're tied back up at 2-2.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on that challenge out of Just there, but either way, it was a 1 versus 2, so it would have been a difficult one to overcome one way or another. That one is going to go in favor of UD, however, ties things up 2-2, as we've got 2 more rounds of the Zygnus offense. Then they'll get their chance to play the defense, and we'll see how things come through as a result from there. Again, I do think the defense has a little bit of an advantage just because of the angles that you're able to get into early, but it's not convincing enough. It's not as convincing as like a Hackney Yard or a Crossfire domination, for example. Tio, not a usual thing we see, ends up picking up 1 kill at the FHJ before getting dropped. Right now, we're looking at a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Zygnus. We're obviously looking to get the miracle comeback. It's looking doable right now. Big kills coming through out of the boys over on Zygnus.
Clean
Era
shot
Benedict.
on the side to take down Blur
Is Bobby
for
streaming
final
this?
kill, and
No.
there's a
Like,
lot of opportunities for Undream
he's a
right
reviewing.
here to get kills.
Sir.
They should be able
It's
to
not like
on.
streaming right now.
They're letting players get out alive. Zygnus is not a team that's going to let you go unpunished for things like that. So they
I'm
retake
usually
the lead
watching
right
the-
here. Even with Weir sitting on 0 kills, I don't know if he's having a bad day, if he's having ping issues, if it's something else.
It's like
but
2 days
this
ago
is certainly
stream.
not the Weir that we're used to seeing. They've got the round advantage regardless, and a couple kills go through. Is Envoy going to be able to pick up one? Zy timing on the first, but able to connect onto the second, and he needs to find a big gun kill right there. Not able to do so. It's Envoy. He's been the big man for them so far, but absolutely obliterated by Solo right there. And it's going to be Undream tying things back up. Zygnus has got to get some help for Envoy.
All right, well, right now the first half is back and forth. Nobody really getting
No
a
creo que lo haya
big
transmitido luego.
opportunity to extend a lead, obviously. And now switching sides, we'll have to see if this is a little bit different. Are UD
No,
a
no
little bit more
transmitió.
fine-tuned on offense? Are Zygnus a little bit more fine-tuned on the defense? Well, we're getting ready to find out, Bobby. First blood does come through for Tio, but he immediately gets taken down by Band.
El Envoy se está rifando. Es que en los Vaders se rifa el Envoy, loco.
One of his own quick 2-for-2 trade, but Envy, great position there, gets the.
Lo único que te digo, le falta perfeccionar ese hardpoint, loco.
And you are right, man. Envoy needs some help, and you know, looking at Zy.
Hombre, Güero lleva 0 kills, cabrón.
This game, homie. This is when your team needs you the most, and if the snipes aren't.
Yo lo sé, Güerito.
You just pull throughout like a. An SKS, a Kilo, maybe even one of the LMGs if you're going to be looking to hold those long angles.
Well, Washi's got the information right there. Didn't have the line of sight, not going to be able to connect with the snipe either, so Weru picked up the first kill and trying to make something out of nothing right here. Little hit marker, going to get the information, the head shell from high ground. Washi, he said, I can do it with a Renetti, and he's going to be able to take him down. And now for the first time in this game, we've got Undream in the lead. And once again, it comes down to the consistency. And I like Shift's recommendation when we're talking about the role of a sniper. I think the rule of you give yourself a limit for how many rounds you go without a kill. If the shots aren't hitting, they're just not going to hit. And you try to maybe switch up and try something else to give your team a better chance. It's going to be Envy finding a big kill right there, but still man advantage for Zygnus, and Blur finds another on to who else? It's
Sí, de Tony está muy cabrón, loco.
his name now, but out of the equation, Tio seems to have a little bit of information. That's going to force Band back into spawn. Having this high ground control and afford a little bit of freedom right here to Zygnus.
Alright, well, we're looking at a 3-3. Multiple players taking shots. It's going to be 2 for 1 in favor of UD. Envoy, he's got 12 on board. Can he clutch this one up for the team and at least tie things back up? Or is this going to be an opportunity for UD to maybe start putting the nail in the coffin, maybe start taking that momentum into their hands? This should be about as free as it can get for Envoy, but he plays a little cautious pushing the window, and instead, that's going to allow Envy to get up top.
Lo vio.
Envoy gets the confirm on the site. Oh, nice beams with the switchblade there. I think he saw
También vio el otro.
Gets the head glitch.
Oh.
He's super weak right now. I feel like you got to put the pressure right there. You know he's tucked in a corner.
Oh, man!
It's the quick scope. We don't see him pull out the sniper a whole lot, but it does a lot for him.
5 kilos, sí, es lo que te digo, lo que está cabrón, el tipo este cabrón.
Extending the lead out to 2, and it continues to be the Envoy show out as Zygnus is.
Pero lo que no sé es por qué se lo pusieron en 1080 Plus, loco. Debieron haberlo puesto en 1080 para verlo, loco, para ver la partida.
Masters that every team had to respect when they came up against 11T, and I always thought it was just really the dynamic duo of them. They were the two that really popped off the most.
Es más difícil plantar la bomba en este mapa que defenderla. Mucho más difícil, cabrón.
Definitely got to pick things up. You've got Justin to Tio on 7 and 6. That's
No sé, creo que Zygnus tiene la ventaja, loco. Aunque en el global parezca que no tenga la ventaja, creo que Zygnus tiene la ventaja.
Yeah, you got to feel like that's got to be a momentum shifter, assuming they can take the round right here. Envy and Blur push back pretty far. Zai's going to be able to... Ooh, timing. He's not going to get the information on the first and can't connect onto the second either. But bare minimum, you relay the information that they're rotating through that red building, and now Blur's going to make his way up to the high ground right here to see if maybe he can connect. Envy pushes through the back spawn side. And right now it should be pretty easy for Tio to intercept. He's going to be able to connect, and now it's all down to Blur.
No, ya con la bomba ya en el suelo ya saben ya siempre cuando viene.
But he's not even going to be able to find that. And a much needed round, as it felt like the game was very quickly slipping out of the fingers of Zygnus.
Well, UD still have an advantage, so they have some opportunities here still. But it is going to take some coordinated action here, and it looks like they're getting a full send up towards A. And with the Kilo use that we have on the side of UD and just how good their players are with the Kilo, they can definitely find these headies, and it looks like it is going to be a 2-for-1 trade to Tio. Going to find 2 there. He's looking for 3, but maybe a little too much of an ego there. That's going to make it a 2-for-2 trade. Envy somehow makes it out alive. Now the push from behind. Envoy's going to find Washi. Envoy has been so
Es repetición,
difficult to stop this
Vic.
game. 14 kills deep right now. Reese secures the advantage for Zygnus, but look how spread out they are. They're not in a great opportunity to play their twos. If that gunfight goes the other way and Envy picks off Just, this is a different ball game, but Blur is at least going to get the refrag, brings it to a 1 versus 2. The bomb is down, and it is not in a favorable position for Blur. Envy and Zy, what are you guys doing?
Jugador favorito de
Play your
Zygnus.
twos. You got to get your
Ahí voy,
trade
ahí
in
voy.
a 2v1 situation, right?
Yeah, this is just terrible positioning. So many angles you can get caught off guard from, and right now they're getting lucky as Blur has absolutely no clue where they are right now, but so incredibly split for no reason at all as you get two split up players looking for information when that right now all you need is to
Sí, loco, ¿quieren ver la final de la Movie de Brasil, loco?
I mean, you know that he picks up the bomb right
Esa
there,
madre
so
debe
he gets a
estar...
tiny bit of information, and
No mames.
you know that he's going to be forced over to that B side as well. So if your envoy in the top side should be able to just play for the plant, but that nade goes up top.
Pero mañana.
Guarantee himself the plant right here, and now if he can get out, might be able to work something. But envoy waits for the nade to go up. That's going to be an easy defuse. And my oh my, what a carry we have seen out of him in this
Lau,
one.
¿qué pasó?
That ties things up at 5-5.
¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres tú? ¿Qué quieres tú, Lau?
How difficult he's been to take down.
Los Brazucas, pues los Brazucas son los que ganaron un latán, loco. Mejor jugador de UD.
Well, Tatio's also on 10, so I don't know if I can say
Oh,
it
Jesus.
single-handedly. You've also got Just on 8, but again, we do have Zy and Wiru who combined for the same amount of kills that either Solo, Washi, or Blur have. So yeah, definitely got to step things up. I think that opening snipe.
Aunque Solo también hace de la suya, pero Jesus es más como completo.
Maker, so we're going to be counting on Zy to maybe get an opening pick. Because right now, it is UD with the 2-for-1 trade ban to get a win the gunny against Tatio. And we've got bomb in hand as well for Envy. So opportunity to get the bomb plant if they pick up. And they've only got the one on Wiru to deal with over here at the A side. And Wiru has not been winning his gunfights. I don't know if it's just flat out discomfort with the current meta or what. But, oh, this is a free win for Envoy, right? Oh, yeah.
Yep, they get the trade right there, and that's been one of the bigger battles for them in this one, but it's gonna be a good spot for Undream.
Pobre güerito, cabrón.
Connect on the shots there once again, and his struggles continue as now it's all down to Zy. He finds himself in a 1v3, and once again, he and Witter, typically the search and destroy dynamic duo, the two that are struggling the most right now. Looks like the bomb gonna go ahead and go down over onto A, and he needs to find this first pick. Looks like he's not going to be able to get the timing onto Envy right there, and more than likely that's going to make the
Me topa a mí que el indio que está anclado a ese güey. Pinche Catracín. Ya lo sé, Catracín. Desde ahí no hay pick hacia arriba, hacia la torre. Ah, sí, sí hay pick.
Blur from the top side shuts things down. Undream 1 round away from closing things out, but Zygnus can force OT right here with the round win.
Now it's must-have for Zygnus again, guys. This is for all of the marbles. This is for your pass to the semifinals, which will be on Thursday, and that's where the money really starts to get on the line. So, no first blood yet. Solo. You know, I'm a little worried about the pulling out the kilo.
Solo con la kilo,
as
cabrón.
close as this game has been.
Yeah.
Not that he's bad with the kilo,
It's just not forgiving.
consistency. Right, yeah.
Well, Van's going to be able to find one before he gets it out solo.
Pinche ratita, cabrón, con la kilo, cabrón.
Angles. We know it's capable of doing it. It's a lot of times just a consistency thing. Not going to be able to land the first quick scope onto Wiru. Second one doesn't go either, and Blur's going to find one onto Envoy. Taking him out of the equation makes life so much easier if you are Zygnus. But once again, Solo rocking that kilo,
That was
and
a
it's not very
must-have kill
forgiving.
for
Like,
Wiru there, though.
it really, any other weapon probably could have found a kill route right there, and you're in a 3v3, but maybe not quite in the exact position you'd want to be, especially with no SMGs at your disposal.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Wiru again. Maybe it's just this patch he doesn't like. He's not comfortable with the switchblade because that was about as free as kills get onto Solo. He wasn't able to find it. But once again, Zy Is able to get the better trade onto Washi. Maybe that. Woo! What on earth, man? Oh, Solo is just offering his life up on a silver platter. And
Le
instead
tiró miedo.
I'm done. I'm done. GG UD.
They know the bomb's down right there. This should be a free kill. This should be a free kill. You're on the high ground. He's just waiting for the plant.
Solo,
No, es que se vire y le meta un vergazo, cabrón, imagínate.
I don't think he has time to get the plant. Maybe he does.
He doesn't. Oh my goodness.
Imagínate que le mete un
If
vergazo,
Solo
cabrón.
would have just went to backside of bomb there, that's a free plant. But the reality is, Wiru let Solo get away one bullet from death 3 times that round, and then Solo comes back and haunts him with the 2-piece. UD deserved to win that one. I don't know what to say at this point, but overtime is secured by Zygnus somehow. Oh.
If you're Zygnus, just keep Envoy alive.
Contesto que se la come sin pretexto.
1-for-1 trades off the start right there. Wiru's going to be able to pick up one. He makes his way up to 5 kills. And it's
No, todavía
right here.
los tengo que ver.
The pressure mounting for both of these teams. Zai
Zai!
starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm right there. Takes down Solo, and that gives them the man advantage once again. I think Blur may have peeked the corner, but he's going to go ahead and sit back right here. Washi holding that angle, and Zai not going to be able to get all the way through. So now down to a 3v3. Blur still kilo in hand. Going to be big for the timing right here if Wiru can wrap the corner in time. And obviously, you know Washi's relatively weak right here. That's a free kill. Even if he gets traded, you get information regardless. And he's actually going to stay alive. Blur doesn't realize he made his way all the way through. And now it's all down to Envy to clutch up into 1v2. Pre-fire can't connect. Just finds a big round right there. And now Zygnus on the
Sí, 17 kills, cabrón, anda fino, loco, en el video.
Has been consistently the #2 team in North America, but very dicey here in the search and destroy. They've got to find an offensive round.
All right, well, it is now match point for the side of Zygnus. If they can have Zai find a couple opening kills. We're finally able to find one. He does trade out his life, but the grenade comes through clean. Envoy puts up kill number 18 to take down Band. Zai, you mentioned it was heating up, and just like that, Blur lasts alive in a 1v4. Can't pull it off, and Zygnus made it happen.
El Zygnus, tío, el Zygnus, tío.
Oh my goodness. Just, I don't know if the body...
El güerito se recuperó un poquillo, pero pues se recuperó. Por lo menos lo porque... Mames, llevaba una 0 kills, cabrón.
Wowzers.
0 kills llevaba en como en la sexta ronda, loco. No, en voy roto. Pero es lo que yo digo, loco, ¿sabes? Sí, SND juega SMG, quizás en control, si te va bien juega SMG, pero por ejemplo Hardpoint no le está yendo muy bien con SMG, loco. No sé, yo digo que debería probar una kill o switchar roles, loco. Porque no está jugando Envoy o VJ, loco. Nada, VJ está jugando.
I think either Zulin or Shibu.
Rastan, and well, he had some solid performances in the past couple weeks.
Mejor. Al diosito mago.
Mama is, I think it's got to be Forsaken. Okay, Forsaken is a repeat Mobile Mayhem MVP. Obviously, with the age restriction coming in, he fell off for a little while as far as seeing him. But I certainly think he is a player that can compete with the best of the best. So we'll see how his performance is here today. There is plenty of opportunity that this one could go either which way. Right now, it's 4 points on the board for Cold Shower, but neither team can really get a firm hold on this P1.
Yeah, nice little feed right there for Jesus on the inside of the hard point, but teammates having a little bit of a slower start right here.
No, más bien no jugaba ya, pero ya obvio.
Going to be Awaken and Pepe still sitting on a couple of goose eggs, and it is going to be Yo Mama with the initial hard point control. Shibu from the top side, I believe.
El Carter también juega bastante bien, loco. El Chivo es el Carter.
able to pick up
Estaba en XPL.
actually 3 in a row right here. So making his way towards some
Él juega
streaks.
bastante bien.
Obviously, the main focus is going to be that early rotation of P2. It's Pepe, 1 HP right there, but doesn't have the angle to finish off the kill, so he's going to go ahead and back up and continue to play this back arm side angle. Jesus was working on some streaks, gets the hunter killer, but not going to be able to build at all, and Shibu picks up another right there. Gets the first of his streaks.
Se los cuidó los dos, cabrón.
Pretty close to the Pred as well. If you can get an early Goliath, that could have a very big impact in the long run.
Yeah, it definitely could. And right now, you've actually got Yo Mama coming through with a lead and possibly looking to have a big hold on P2 here. Legacy slides the corner, but Zulin's going to find one. Forsaken finds the other. Mago and Pepe, however, make the break in. It's a 3-piece for Mago coming through, 8 kills deep, leading the
Ya los de
lobby.
Maguiro.
It's like this guy never stepped away from the scene, man. I mean, he has been frying since he joined this roster.
Yeah, he's just looking absolutely twisted right now. It is going to be Yo Mama breaking back on in, and Shibu made the early rotate right here as well. It looks like it should be relatively free time. No, it is going to get contested right here. It's going to be Mago on the inside of the hard point, trying to take as much time as possible away from Teabag, and he wants to work the boxing gloves. Does finally connect right there. It's not going to be a whole lot of time, but able to deny a good bit. It is Yo Mama rotated out early, and it's Zulin already picking up some streaks for himself as well. He's got the purifier in hand.
Ha jugado contra
He's
Pepe, no,
trying to
últimamente
apply
no.
as much pressure as possible to see if they can get the break on in. But for right now, it's going to be in the hands of Yo Mama.
All right, well, Purifier for Zulin coming in. He's got a Hunter Killer on board, a Pred Missile, and working on a Goliath, but you have got to worry about the Claw here in Mago.
Esa pinche arma, esa pinche operadora está bien rica, cabrón.
I never thought
Yo-
about
yo lo estoy
just
usando,
how
loco.
dangerous and how much information the Claw can give you on some of the tighter hard points in COD Mobile here. Obviously, upstairs of blue here is a very small room, so with that ricochet potential,
No
even if
sé,
you're not
Alex,
picking
la
up
verdad.
the kill, you
Yo
can
digo
get
que sí, pues.
information. And well, it is going to be a sizable lead coming through for the side of Yo Mama. Gotta say, I didn't expect them to come this strong out of the gate.
Yeah, I used to play
They
for
are
UD.
flying. You've got Shibu on 12, Bear on 10, Zulin on 15. You got Annabella or D'Annabella, aka Teabag, and Forsaken just below at 9 and 8. You look over at the opposition, and it is the Jesus and Mago show with Pepe and Legacy and Awaken down at 6 and 5. So they got to step things up. 4 cold showers here.
We see the CBR coming out for Bear Bussy, and that's I'm not gonna say Bear. I'm just gonna say Bear. That's
Please just say Bear. Please, for the
I heard
love of
myself
God.
say it, and I was like, wait, I'm not gonna do that one. He takes one up right there. Oh, that's gonna get clipped. Frank. R.I.P. He's gonna get dropped in the top side, and slowly but surely, cold showers closing the gap right here. Map control extending out. Pepe is gonna be able to
Ey, están
find
usando
one.
mucho la
Doesn't get traded there
la Switchblade
either,
con
and
monolítico, ¿verdad?
right now,
O ese es el táctico.
Yo Mama
Ese es
just
monolítico,
looking
¿verdad?
a little bit discombobulated, not a whole lot of team pushes, and very, very spread out right now. They're not going to try to push for any of this scrap time, and right now the main focus, getting a big chunk of hardpoint time here on P1. So Forsaken going to lurk on the outside, going to be able to take down Mago. Nice spray to find the 2-piece right there, and that should be a solid start for them on P1.
All right, well, definitely been a big comeback for the side of cold showers, but it is still just Jesus and Mago ahead of the pack. Pepe's kicked things up to 10 at least, but the feed right now is all
Pero qué
Yo
nerf.
Mama with Zulin coming through now, leading the lobby on 20. Forsaken, we were talking about him bottom fragging for the team. Homie's up on 18, turned things around big here as well. This is definitely looking like a doable game for Yo Mama, especially if they can keep this progress rolling forward. The big thing with them has not been their slaying power, it has been their coordination and their rotations, and right now they are certainly looking solid. They had a pretty decent P2 last time around, and with Teabag coming through with the 2-piece to clear out next, Yo Mama are just popping off right now.
Yeah, they capitalized big time. The map control, the early rotation, very solid on P1, and maybe a little lag flag right there? Not entirely sure. Very unprepared for the gunfight one way or another, and that's going to allow Cold Showers to immediately break on in. Mago drops. Flaw does come out for Legacy and able to shut down at least one. Trying to get some information right there, but the bullet's going to actually deflect upward. And right now, he's not going to be able to connect, but is going to be able to still lock in a decent chunk of that hard point time. Shibu's got a gravity vortex on the bottom side. More than likely, that's going to clear him out. That's exactly what it does. And just like that, Yo Mama back.
¿Cómo así? ¿Cómo así uso? O sea, se nota mejor monolítico.
Well,
O sea, está mejor monolítico.
Big player for Cold Showers when it comes to search, but hardpoint has been a little bit of a weak spot. So we'll see if he's able to turn things around. The rest of the team has. You've got Legacy up at 14 at this point. You've got Pepe catching up at 16. Jesus on 20. Mago on 19. So like to see this one be pretty close. Obviously, we know the talent that Cold Shower brings to the table, right? A lot of these players are runner-up Stage 5 Western players from last year, so I don't know, man. Again, I think with the kill advantage that we have on the side of Yo Mama, I would expect a bigger advantage, but some of their rotations have just been a little bit late, or
Buscas en el canal de Bobby Plays
kills have been not favorable as
por
far as respawns go,
Grilio.
and that's given Cold Shower a big opportunity to stay in the mix, even being down so far. So 30 points separate these teams right now. You can see the grab vortex is popped by Pepe. All 3 shots come out, finds 1, I guess finds 2, takes himself down as well. That's going to give Yo Mama an opportunity to get back in on this hill and extend their lead even more.
Yeah, I would say they've looked a little bit lackadaisical in some of the hard points, just kind of throwing bodies at the hill and not being as disciplined as they could be, but an early rotation, a couple big gunfight wins right here could open a door. Mago barely able to win that gunfight, and at least for the time being, that should open up an opportunity for Cold Showers, but Forsaken gonna clear one out on the backside. They get the information that he's right there, and Bullet's gonna deflect as he connects onto one, but not gonna be able to get the second. Forsaken now sitting on 30 kills, continuing to climb. He's got that purifier in hand, and nobody coming through this doorway anytime soon.
All right, well, we've crossed 200 points for the side of Yo Mama right now, and
¿Qué tiene que ver que el táctico te apunta más rápido? ¿No está mejor que te apunte más rápido? Pero o sea, usas monolítico y el cañón, ¿verdad? Que te da alcance, o sea, que tienes doble alcance.
Come through, and that is going to be a big shutdown out of Yo Mama on this P4, and this is the money hill. There's a big opportunity for them to get so close to winning off this hill that the opponents cannot hold them back. And Zulin comes through the 3-piece, 38 deep, make it 39. Looking for number 40, and he's gonna find it.
Call in the Goliath in an unusual spot. Pepe is gonna challenge right there, but can't win the gunfight. He's going to go ahead and chuck out the Hunter Killer as well. And I mean, I guess it's not too terribly surprising when you only need, what, 5 points to go ahead and get the win. You can basically just use it to bait out the operators, try to get a couple kills, and go ahead and clear out the hard point. It looks like that is exactly what they're going to do. Is if you're Cold Showers, there is zero margin for error in worst case scenario. You bait out a couple of operators, give you even more advantage. He goes ahead, single-handedly breaks the hard point. And Yo Mama, a pretty convincing that one.
Pásala, abuso. Pasa una buena clase y fina. Ahorita probarla.
On the side of Cold Showers coming through with 27. So that is a big disadvantage in kills just on that front. Then you look at Shibu, who's next on the side of Yo Mama, and he's still 2 ahead of Jesus at that point. So huge kill advantage. I think that game realistically with the kill discrepancy was closer than it should have been, but either way.
Sí, ya, pero güey, ¿quién se hace o qué?
Going to be on to Jesus. He's going to have that sniper in hand, looking to make plays. Map number 2.
I like how Robalo comes in the chat and says,
A ver, este es el BID del que todo el mundo habla. El BID de las 26 putas rondas, cabrón.
Definitely some big opportunities here for Yo Mama to continue to improve and
Para verlo en español no hay pa.
Oh, well, right off the bat. Oh, my goodness.
But an angle
¿Y
right
sin
there
desactivar
for
o qué?
Mago to open things up, and Zulin's going to be able to trade things out regardless. So Waken tucked away in that corner on the inside of trailer, might be able to get some information, but Bear's going to find one on to Awaken as well. And now the fact that we've got Awaken and Forsaken is really messing with my head. Oh, you get the info. You know Legacy's on the chase. You gotta tell your teammate. You gotta tell him there's somebody running behind him trying to shoot him, and that's once again maybe the discipline that is not quite where it needs to be for a younger team like Yo Mama. Forsaken just says, I don't care, I'm gonna push it regardless. That's gonna leave Jesus now in 1v2. He's got a sniper in hand, very, very capable of clutching here.
Definitely some possibilities.
El tío Aglo, hay tío fino, ¿eh?
Does have Switchblade available as well.
¿De dónde se fueron 26 rondas en esta?
When needed. And, you know, I think Jesus is one of those players that we definitely had some questions
Supuestamente en esta.
points about, you know, putting the
Hace 2 días soy yo.
when it's just not working out. So I'm glad to see that he's at least picked up a Switchblade and knows that, you know, these might be the angles he needs to
Ok, uso, gracias, la voy a probar.
a few shots. Oh, nice little corner hop there out of Jesus.
Right now,
an opportunity.
Yeah. Teabag on the outside. Jesus reads it, but
Se lo culió.
connects on the shots. Closes out the round for Yo Mama on round one. And whew, that one really could have gone either way, but if you're cold showers, you got to put your team in a better position right there, and losing players off the start. Got to be able to find those trades. Okay, Mago going for it. I mean, that would be a God tier wallbang if I've ever seen one. Not even a lineup. He's just kind of spraying through and hoping that it connects.
¿A chinga esa?
It's going to be a full send
Wall
over
hacks.
the B site. It is going to be Legacy all alone. He gets isolated. Mago not able to connect on the snipe, and the smoke more than likely going to enable the plant over here on the B site. Well, he said, I don't want to smoke, and he pays.
Well, one comes through for Mago, and a return comes through quickly for Bear. Another 2-for-1 in favor of Yo Mama right now. If they were able to close out the search and destroy, then they would certainly have a pretty big opportunity of you know, keeping their opponents on a
No mames.
comfort spree. But oh my goodness.
No mames, cabrón. Ahí tenía el tiro asegurado, loco. Era nada más tener, agarrarle tiempo, loco.
I don't know what happened to Mago, but he went from absolutely twisted to Bobby plays aim in a span of 5 seconds.
Alright, well. One thing we definitely can say about Yo Mama is, typically speaking, Zim coached teams are very strong in search and destroy. And that's showing right now. They're definitely coming through up against
Ya los
again,
eluso
a
el
team
chico de
that
las clases.
was a mere couple rounds away from getting into stage 5, so gotta make sure you always got respect on the name of Cold Shower, even if it is a little bit memey. Oh, Forsaken!
Just too clean with it. He's going to be able to equalize now into a 2v2. Got Mago and Legacy left to deal with. Mago patrolling, hoping for a shot at redemption coming off that one. I'm curious to see chat's reaction to that, because that was one of the more unfortunate sequences that we've seen for a player. Legacy in the backside. He's going to go ahead and shell. Takes the gunfight. Wins it right there. And now Forsaken down to a 1v2. The information on where Legacy is, but trying to take him off that head glitch is easier said than done. Sniper's going to be the gun to do it with, but he's
No dormí bien ayer, cabrón.
Mago gets the information.
O sea, sí me dormí, sí dormí bien, pero luego me desperté muy temprano, cabrón. Estoy muriendo.
Big kill coming through for Mago there, and that is going to help them secure at least a round to get the ball rolling a little bit for the side of Cold Shower. And Mago, again, the new addition to this team, returning to the COD M scene. Top fragging right now with 4 kills on board. He was also one of the players leading the lobby in the hardpoint as well. So if we had any any doubts on Mago's return, the past week and today have certainly...
Se me antoja un juguito de algo, una batida, cabrón.
They're picking up one, but Jesus
El Seiken era de iPad,
with
sí.
the refrag. Once again, it's a 2-for-1 trade to open up for the side.
Va muy bien
Awaken
con Seiken
so
también,
good on the opening picks. Ooh, Awaken pushing on up. He can find a free one on Forsaken here.
Yeah, Forsaken has no
De hecho, era
he's gonna get caught off guard.
de los mejores jugadores de Norteamérica.
Could have saved him, but it's not going to. Awaken able to get away alive. Right now, Zulin making his way up tires right now. He might get caught off guard. And both players should have the information right there. Awaken just doesn't even want the gunfight in the first place. He's going to go ahead and back up. Jesus gets the information. He's going to be able to take down Zulin. So now the man advantage has completely disappeared. And it's Yo Mama trying to find a way to get the bomb down. They're going to get dropped off one by one. And now Teabag, the last remaining. Awaken's got the information, gets the assist. 2 rounds in a row going the way of Cold Showers.
All right, well, Cold Shower, they were able to bring it back twice.
No sé, la verdad,
Trades opening
yo.
up on the side of Yo Mama, and now they could be on a warpath to bring things back. Jesus stepped things up big for the team last round, found some big kills. Again, I'm going to be looking for Awaken to come alive here in the search. This is where he's been the strongest for Cold Shower, and with them being down 1-0 right now, you know they need this one just to
Ya lo vi,
in a pinch. Especially since we don't know who's going to be on what side for the control map yet.
Tranquilo, ahora ahí te puede dar algo.
Does come through, but we immediately get a refrag out. Teabag finding a literal frag onto Awaken. Now looking at a 4v4 with the bomb plant coming through out of Bear.
Nicely placed nade for Jesus, but the trophy's there. Oh, the read onto Bear. Big kill for him. Gonna bring us into a 3v3. Shots going across the bomb site. Mago. No information. It's Legacy trying to stay alive, but Forsaken finds two with the Deagle. Traded out by Jesus. Shiba, Teabag still on the bomb site, holding things down. And a big shot from Jesus opens things up right here. Rough shots out of Shibu, but still going to be able to connect. Closes out the round, but once again, things looking a little bit dicey. Starting to regain their footing right here, and they retake the lead.
All right, well, last round of the Yo Mama offense. Can they take the 4-2 lead, or are we going to just see a back-and-forth game like we did earlier? Time will tell. Snipers on both sides have honestly been nuts, right? I mean, Jesus has found a way to pop himself all the way up to 8. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find that last round, even with Jesus finding 3.
Pero no están expectando mucho a Maguito.
You see both teams playing very, very cautious right now. Just playing for the picks.
Déjame ponerme la clase que tú dijiste, Usu. Mándamela de nuevo.
In favor of the side of Yo Mama.
Antes de que se me olvide.
All the way pushed up. That's going to be Zulin dropping. Forsaken. You saw him. You saw him.
Oh, he has the
Equipo de Yo Mama estaba raro.
He's going to go ahead and back up. Legacy finds Teabag. And Legacy, he's going to shell.
Tu novio, el Carter.
Snipers, it doesn't make a difference one way or another. You're probably dead, but could have at least afforded the leg shot if you'd waited to regen. He's going to go ahead and drop right there, but bigger issue for Yo Mama. You're 2 men down. You got no map control. You got the bomb in hand, but you got to commit to one of the sites, and especially with the clock ticking down, it seems like A going to be the more likely destination for them. Bear slowly making his way up. They've got a smoke and a trophy if they want to work with it, but Pepe in this top side,
Okay, con la ligera.
Thorn in their side over on the B site, and more than likely that's going to be the end of the round for Forsaken, and it'll be the same for Bear.
All right, well, we're switching sides, all tied up. This is definitely, I don't want to necessarily say it's something that we'd hoped for, but, you know, with the level of competition that we're at and with how good Yo Mama have looked the past couple weeks, we're just hoping for good competition through and through for this one. We already had a Game 5 in our first series between UD and Zygnus, and now we could be on a path to have another best-of-5 go all the way to the end as well.
Definitely a possibility. Right now, it looks like momentum swinging the way of Cold Showers as Mago's going to find another first blood, but Shibu, a nade and a switchblade, going to find a couple. Teabag finds another. And finally, a little bit of an opening right here as Jesus. Renetti shot's not landing initially, but does follow up there. Now he's got a chance at a 1v3 as he picks up the bomb, gets out
¿Y qué es,
alive.
Rocado? No tengo
I think
comida.
Forsaken might have seen him. No, definitely
No es
did
comida,
not.
Rocky.
So he's just going to be chilling in mid-map right now, not moving an inch. Looks like he's finally going to go ahead and hop up and make his way over toward the B site, and it's Forsaken right next to him, but he's got a smoke out. Why are you walking with a smoke out? You can't kill somebody with a smoke unless they're incredibly weak. Looks like G's going to go ahead and secure the plant over on the B site, and that is some information for Teabag. Got to think an opportunity for the kill, but Jesus reads it perfectly. He cleans things up, and a big clutch out of him.
All right,
Jesus lee muy bien el
first
juego.
time we have a advantage in favor of Cold Shower.
Tiene buenas
They're up
lecturas, Jesus,
4-3, and maybe the offense is just their play on this map. I mean, we'll have to see. Obviously, we're only one round into the switch, but Jesus, I mean, he's pulling the envoy treatment right
¿Y por qué
now.
no en vez de la ligera
Leading the
uso?
pack
¿Por qué en vez de la
by a
ligera
fair margin, and
no mejor un
it's really
desactivador?
not even close. I mean, the next closest in the lobby below Jesus is 6, and it's a 4-way tie with Shibu, Zulin, Forsaken, and Mago. So
¿No crees que es mejor con un desactivador?
to another 20 bomb. He keeps hitting the shots the way he has been. Looking at a
Sí,
4 versus
o sea,
3.
está en UD,
It's
Jesus.
coming through for Cold Showers. This does give them an opportunity to play 4 picks on the defense here. It could be one for Mago here as Bear rounds the corner right into disaster.
Whoa,
Jesus!
Ya lo sé,
I don't know
Jesus.
what angle he's using right there, but he's got to keep working with it. Zulin gonna be able to find one. Takes down Mago, but can't follow up onto Jesus, and now Teabag all alone, and he hasn't regen right here. Jesus around the corner, he's gonna be able to win the gunfight anyway.
Sí, las voy a probar las dos, las voy a probar las dos.
You're good to go, my guy.
Uso.
Big clutch. That's gonna tie things back up at 4-4.
All right, well, big
Voy a
game.
probar con
does
desactivar y
come
con ligera
through, and,
también ahorita.
Man, this search is turning out to be a just great experience right now. Search all night has looked pretty solid. Even though it was a 7-2 in favor of Zygnus, a lot of the rounds were very close earlier.
Sí,
in that
Maguito anda
first
insano,
search,
loco.
Gotta definitely give credit to all the players coming through and putting their best.
Y loco, y el Maguito mueve la mira bien rápido, loco. Y tiene, juega con 20 de 20 de sensibilidad, cabrón.
11? Oh my goodness. 12? T-Bag, give him the ace there, buddy. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to go back in the replay and get the spectator POV of that one, because
Y Jonathan, pero pues a veces se va un tirito con los pies.
a matter of seconds. Huge plays out of him. Man, that was one of the cleaner clips that we're gonna not see for the night, because I didn't see a single one of the kills. But it's gonna be Awakened picking up first blood onto Shibu, maybe trying to get that rhythm that he had.
Ahí se lo iba a llevar Mago,
Mago's
loco,
on the
obvio.
top side of Wood, able to take him down, and that's gonna be 2 players down already for Yo Mama.
All right, well, we got the 5-4 lead. You get a refrag at least. It does give a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Cold Shower. Could be looking to tie things up here. Rotation coming through. Bear could be looking for a little bit of an angle. He's also got Forsaken behind him in American, looking for the snipe.
What?
Oh,
Oh.
T-Bag pops in front of Jesus.
Oh.
Is now on 14, Bobby.
I think Forsaken sees the player behind the steps right there, but nobody in Cold Shower's peeking. Jesus content to play the backside right here, and
No, ya ni de
right
pedo
now
se la hacen
probably
ya.
not going to get shelled, so he said, you know what, I'll swing, I'll take down Bear right here. Forsaken finds the opener, but hey, he got 3 Cold Showers players in 11 seconds to work with. Probably not going to be
Esto es
super
neo repetición
feasible.
One Piece.
It
Los
is
dos.
going to be Cold Showers once again, tying things up. Jesus putting the team on his back right now. 15 kills. Zulin's 4-piece doing a good job of bringing him a little bit closer, but you can't deny Jesus has definitely had the biggest impact on this game so far, and it's going to be an aggressive push from the defensive side. Teabag pushed all the way up to Wood right here, and it looks like both players pushed in. Going to be able to get out alive as well. Awaken in the top side. I don't think he knows somebody's in. And depending on the timing of the drop down, it should be another free kill for Teabag, who once again gets out alive.
All right, well, This one could go into overtime right now. We're looking at a 5v5 with no team able to get more than a one-round advantage really at any given point. That's a big kill for Pepe. That makes this 2v3 look a little bit more doable. I guess technically it would have been a 2v4 Forsaken. Looking to try to get the wall bang. You can wall bang that little wood strip on the end there. At the right angle, you can get it right in the doorway. I've definitely seen, I think, Space hit that a couple times. Jesus finds another. What was it, 2 versus 4 is now looking at a 2 versus
Está bien que
2.
Jesus juega con 0 aceleración, loco.
Of Zulin there.
Teabag.
Oh, teabag.
Absolute beams right there. Catches Pepe off guard, and Jesus can't shoot back. Yo Mama retakes the lead right here, and they have an opportunity to extend out to an early 2-0 lead over a Cold Showers team that has definitely had their ups and downs, but you can't deny the experience.
Jesus estaba yendo un carrito fino, loco,
It's an aggressive push right here. We'll see if it pays
Pepe juega con
off.
0.
The laser from Forsaken. I still don't understand why these players use the
Pero eso es nuevo, ¿no?
laser on the sniper, but they're sticking with it regardless. 1-for-1 trade.
Porque Pepe antes jugaba como con 120, cabrón.
Looking to play for the retake right here. Zulin drops. Jesus doing everything he can to keep his team in this game. Shibu peeks the corner. He's going to be forced back. Re-peeks once again, and he's going to go ahead and drop right there. And now all down to Bear. He's in a bad spot. Needs to reload right here. Legacy's going to go ahead and peek. He cleans things up, and we're going to overtime.
We are having just a great night of games tonight, aren't we? This has maybe been one of the most exciting semifinals we've had in a while. I know a lot of the semifinals in seasons past, they were good, but I would not go as far to say as they are, or I guess quarterfinals, sorry. That's what
El Iron Man.
the quarterfinals have certainly not looked this good in quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely no question about it. The competition across the board looking absolutely phenomenal, and Teabag gonna find a big second kill on the round right there. Is gonna get traded out by Jesus, but they get the information. Zulin's made his way all the way over to the B site, and it doesn't seem like anybody for Cold Showers really has a clue. Should be able to catch Mago.
Mane, llegan a 26 rondas, Por eso es que estoy mirando esta repetición, porque según me dijo Maguito, llegan a 26 rondas, cabrón, en este torneo. 26 putas rondas, cabrón. Diablos el Maguito.
Hops to top side of wood, and Zulin's gonna go ahead and opt to get the bomb down right here and play. See if he can hold off the retake. Mago definitely in rhythm right now, but he can really say the same for Zulin right here as Mago gonna make his way across the tires. No peeks through those little tiny holes in the tires, and now gonna be forced to make a decision. He's gonna go ahead and push all the way down, making a little bit of noise right here. You don't want to give away a ton of information, and that's Zulin on a nasty head glitch. He's going to go ahead and unpeak. He moves one, but it doesn't matter.
Se lo culió.
Oh my
Mago
goodness.
clutches up the 1v3
Se lo
on
culió.
the head glitch that if use goes through, and now it's
No, a mí
Cold
el Awakening no me
Showers.
parece buena ficha, pero ese era lo único que tenían.
And
De
to
hecho.
say that was a must-have round for the side of Cold Shower is an absolute understatement. Keep in mind that they are sitting down 1-0 or 0-1 in the series. You've got Jesus on 19, looking to hit the 20 bomb. You've got Mago on 13, and again, Pepe, Awaken, and Legacy have just not really come online too much. We've definitely had some good rounds for Legacy. I don't want to discredit his 8 kills at all, but I mean, Awaken has been one of the more consistent players for these guys in Search. He just can't find any groove right now.
Lo transmitió Boy Play
He's got
Pérez.
Pepe for 1. Awaken gets 1. Mago gets another. That's a 2-for-1 trade in favor. This could be closing things out here, but Zulin's able to take down Mago, brings it back to a 3 versus 3. Forsaken takes down Jesus. Oh, this is a crazy, crazy game. Looks like we're going to extend some overtime here as Awaken is last alive in a 1v3. His position is revealed. He finds 1.
I was about
Can't
to
find
say.
2 pieces.
I was about to say. They're letting him take a lot of shots right there. But they still close out the round, and oh my gosh, I mean, this is the thing. It could go 39 rounds. I'm praying. It
canal
doesn't
de
go
Boy Plays
39
Mario.
rounds, but it is possible. And
Diablos el pequeño Mairiño.
you gotta think, if we go to 39 rounds, Jesus is gonna finish with a whole lot of kills. He's is already getting ready to move across that 20 marker. Ooh, nearly had the wallbang timing onto Teabag right there, but can't quite connect. Right now, Yo Mama sitting back, waiting for the picks to come through. Not going to connect quite yet. Jesus, still very, very close on those reads, but not quite able to find anything out of it. No real information for either team.
All right, well, Legacy gonna find first blood. Does take the kill onto Zulin there. Gives an advantage over the side of Cold Shower. Again, if they're able to win this one, we can tie the series up 1-1. Do have Legacy. Weird angle with the switchblade all the way in the back there, but obviously the switchblade is pretty decent at most ranges. So that back box head, which is typically where we see a sniper lineup like Zulin did earlier, right? But Pepe comes through, gets kill number 7 on the board. Maybe he's getting a little bit warmed up here because, I mean, we're looking at a 7-12 Pepe. I mean, he was, what, MVP of Stage 4 last year, and then again a second place, a runner-up Stage 5 player. Definitely be expecting
Hola,
more
Alexis,
out
¿cómo
of
estás?
Pepe right now, but Shibu getting pushed. Could find one on Awaken here, but Pepe's
No, si Awaken
here.
siempre ha sido de
Good
scrims
round
y
for
todo ese
Cold
pedo.
Shower. Now looking at Bear at a 1 versus 4, Bobby. I think Cold Shower might just be moving a little bit too smooth these past couple of rounds. Maybe it took him a little bit to get their bearings going. Bear obviously has revealed his own position with the
¿Por qué no
shots
juegas
over
torneo?
there, and, well,
De hecho, creo que voy a estar en la
Cold
Zygnus
Shower
Circuit
is ready,
luego.
but Jesus, kind of quiet the past couple of
Creo.
rounds.
Yeah,
Aquí
he's
sí.
getting the support that he wanted. So I think that's,
A ver qué tal.
that's a good sign for him because, once again, it comes down to that consistency. And if they can find one more round of it, might be able to close this out and move things on to a control. It's going to be Awakened with the first blood. Make it 2. He had a slow start to this one, but it was Yo Mama trying to get aggressive. He makes them pay big time. And now 2 players down. You got Shibu on the inside of the A site trying to hold things down right here. Might get the info on the shots going across. Definitely got spotted out though, and now Awakened pretty pinned back. No real hope of getting out of this one alive. And Zulin's gonna find 2. Sniper in hand. Shibu able to take down Awakened. The 2-man advantage completely evaporates once again, but this time it's on the flip side for Cold Showers.
8 más 7, 15. Todavía faltan.
Are you really going to see more overtime? I
Faltan
thought that was the
11
nail
rondas
in the
más.
coffin.
Saluditos a Cadiano, ¿cómo
We
estás?
get the 2 early picks coming out of Awaken, and somehow Jesus still on 19 kills, not been able to have the impact the past couple rounds that he once did, and I'm wondering if that is going to be a factor as we continue to roll forward in this game. Oh my goodness. Pepe making things a little bit more even here, brings things back to a 2 versus 2. It's kill number 10 on board for him.
Quick scope's not going to connect that time for Mago.
Oh, you saw Forsaken.
Whoa. Forsaken's going to tug away, hoping his teammate shells in time. Quick scope comes out.
Oh,
How
no.
Wasn't he already 1 HP? How did he hit
No,
marker?
Shibu.
Sí,
No,
acá.
Shibu rotated over.
Llegas al de acá. Hola, Daddy, ¿cómo estás?
Good play. Good play out of Yo Mama. All right, we're tied back up. It's 8-8.
El Cristian.
Molly said, how long is tonight going to take? I said, oh, it'll be quicker. We only have 2 matches. Nope. Not today. Not today. Right now, Zulin sitting on the backside of those wood panels. He might be able to catch Pepe off guard, but Pepe flicks.
Hey, bro.
Beams right there. Shibu going to be able to find
Yo
2.
Mama lleva un mapa, ¿no?
Sitting on 15. Trophy goes down. Bomb is there. Bear able to trade out Awaken and now down to a 2v2. Once again, you mentioned Jesus.
La aplicación de Trovo, la mismísima aplicación de Trovo. Cerui. Hola Julieta, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenida. Hola Valeria.
Right now,
¿Se te va a explotar la PC?
for the most part, it looked like they're
Qué
gonna wait
buen
for the
ahí
play,
paso,
but
cabrón.
once again, that's a bomb site that is just a lot easier to plant if you got
O sea,
a
nomás,
and they did not have one. Jesus
nomás
makes
es la
the pay.
aplicación de Trovo, ¿ya?
And now Shibu
Le das a empezar a
on the
streamear y
ramp
ya.
to the outside. He's still got a minute to work with and might be able to catch him off guard because they
O si tu
definitely
PC
don't
jala bien,
expect
pues
him
déjalo de tu PC.
on the inside of 10 right here, but maybe making his way back right into their claws. Right now, Jesus, Pepe, pretty content to play the treehouse and see if they can make the retake. Or maybe they'll just go ahead and kill him anyway.
Well, Shibu in a rough spot here. Does have bomb down close to him though, so he can get the pickup here and decide what to make of the play. Picks it up from B. I think the player's new.
Y esa mierda ahora que se compró el Daquiti para llamar la atención.
With no rotations coming down jungle side. They are starting to spread on out. Nobody's gonna get
¿Cuánto valen esos Ace, Daquiti?
Pepe's coming.
They're
Back, they're
coming
both
from both
coming.
ways. Oh, the pinch. Oh, the pinch. He didn't stand a chance. Wow, those are some far Deagle shots right there. Another round at the start of overtime, going to cold showers, but they haven't been able to close it out yet. Will this finally be the one? Or does Yomama continue to fight back right here? It's
$5,000, sí, ajá. Como si tú tuvieras $5,000.
bad players popping off, but starting to get relatively evened out is what we got. Zulin,
$500. ¿Y dónde tú sacaste ahora $500, loco?
and you gotta take,
What the
at
fuck?
this point, more than anything, it's just a mental battle.
No, Kim, God, bro, is the live stream is laggy, bro. I can see it.
Right now, we're waiting for info. Nothing. Zulin finds first blood. At this point, it's almost expected. Cold Showers wins the first round of overtime. Yomama takes the second one. It's been very, very defensive sided for these two teams, at least in the overtime rounds. So we'll see if maybe we get a trade going in.
Si quieres te explico todo. Venga a Discord rápido.
Showers, force back. They got no info, but Jesus is gonna find some. Zulin's gonna drop right there. That's gonna force the players back.
Rápido de uno, te voy a llamar.
Probably gonna be peeking that American angle and a lot of pressure onto Jesus to find the kill right there. Forsaken doesn't over peek, but two players trying to get the information. He can't connect to Shibu, finds two.
Oh my goodness! Shibu
Hola, puto
comes
jodido.
through big for the team with 3. Mago is able to get 1, gets 2, but Bear
¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda?
takes
¿Me
him
escuchas?
down.
Sí.
and
¿De dónde sacaste tus $500 para comprar eso?
Yomama
Te-
once again
pero muteme del
finds
stream, o sea que no me escuchan
life
ahí.
and tie things
¿Por
up
qué?
9-9, Bobby.
Pues nada, es para ti saberlo, que lo sepas tú.
They're heading into round
A ver.
19.
O quieres a la bola de güey sepa y lo haga igual.
Bear's gonna pick up the
Todos,
bomb. Will
todos queremos
No.
saber.
find a way to
Pendejo, pues
take
nada
an
más para ti, güey.
offensive round, or will the back and
A
forth
ver, dilo. Ok.
Entonces, si yo invierto $600, tengo que sacar 1,200 porque Tro me quita la mitad. Entonces, en esas ruletas, pues yo lo duplico.
Where did Jesus go? Where did Jesus go? I mean, we
O sea, con esa ruleta tú duplicas todo lo que tú metes.
like 7 rounds ago. You know what I
Muteme
mean?
del
Like,
stream, parca.
Ya te desmuteé en toda esa parte, loco. ¿Qué dijiste?
Ah, pero sí, así.
Sí, te muteé en todo lo que dijiste al principio.
No, pero sí, así como, o sea, tienes que duplicarlo, si no, no conviene. Y así, o sea, pues con eso me
Pero
ayuda
es que yo
mucho
tengo
a-
mucha mala suerte, loco. Myron igual duplica, loco, siempre, loco.
Sí, me dijo, o sea, sí me dijo que lo hacía.
Hijo de su
Pero,
puta madre, tienen
pues,
una buena suerte, cabrón. Yo le
Sí,
metí
sí me
como
dijo, sí, de
$60
hecho, sí
a
lo había
las
visto.
ruletas esas y no saqué nada, loco. Como $30.
Bueno, es que también, o sea, tienes que meterle más, o sea, unos 60, no, unos que son
what are we even saying at
30,
this
unos
point? I mean,
300 tiros, yo
this
creo.
is just-
Y por ejemplo, el emperador,
sea,
¿cuánto vale?
El que yo... Ah, el emperador vale más. El que yo traigo es el Ace 4.
Pero ¿dónde dice el
El em-
precio, loco?
Bueno, el King, digamos, el emperador vale 199,000 de elixir.
Que
El que yo
son
traigo, que es el
$2,000.
King, ajá, el que yo traigo, el King, vale 49,000 de elixir. Son $500.
No mames. Es un chingo, cabrón.
Sí.
2v or 3v3 right here. The numbers just blur together at this point in
De hecho,
Sigueme.
sí. ¿Cuánto te falta para tu meta de
Another
donaciones?
goes through, looking to make his way up to
Un
20.
chingo.
Jesus drops him. The quick scope finally
Ya.
gonna miss for Mago.
Pero pues vi,
And now
ayer vi que te
Jesus,
estaban donando 50 subs.
he can
Sí.
make his
Pero
way
es que
up
sí
to
te pide
25
demasiado.
with a 1v2
Que son
clutch
como
right here.
$3,000.
Shibu picks up the bomb.
Que te valga,
Go
verga.
ahead and stick the plant right here.
Ah,
Jesus
mamón.
finds the timing for
Ey,
the
pero con el
shot.
Duque no está bien ya.
Pick up the switchblade instead.
¿Con el Duque?
Now
Sí.
down to the 1v1 with the bomb down. Which way will he
Pues de
play
hecho
it?
yo tengo 2 Duques de mi bolsa. Mira, te voy a mandar foto. Aguántame.
O sea que me puedes regalar un Duque.
Si se pudiera, sí, pero no me deja. Solamente deja que lo ocupes tú. No entiendo por qué.
O sea que
Tu Trovo todavía no mete esa
el mes que
función.
viene vas a tener Duque tú.
Ah, sí, de hecho ya ocupé uno. O sea, tenía 3, pero ya ocupé uno.
Pero sí vale la pena comprar todo eso, loco. Gastarse $500 en un Ace.
Es que el pedo es que tal vez no, o sea, es que si tienes mala suerte, no. Porque he visto que de $100 pierden $150. Porque no sacan nada, o sea, pierden todo. O sea, sí es un arriesgarte mucho.
Pero por ejemplo, en sí que te da el rey.
El rey, pues, o sea, te devuelve el elixir. Esos 49,000 de elixir te los devuelve y te da más.
¿Cómo? ¿Por qué?
Ahí dice, no sé, o sea, es la nueva función de Trovo. O sea, digamos, el emperador también. O sea, si digamos tú gastas esos $2,000, te regresa los $2,000 más, aparte como un 25% en suscripciones, en elixir. O sea, te regresa como 225,000
O
de
sea,
elixir
en teoría te lo
suscripciones.
regresa, pero tú vas a cobrar la mitad, ¿no?
Ajá, sí, sí.
O sea que en teoría no te regresa un carajo.
No,
Sino que estás
pero es
gastando,
que...
estás gastando $250.
Ajá, bueno, sí, exacto. Nada más que, o sea, en la ruleta te lo regalan. Nada más es tener suerte y sacarlo. Porque ahí te lo están regalando. O sea, no te está costando el precio
Sí, porque
original.
Myron dice no, que te regalan para atrás y todo el pedo, loco. Pero en realidad no te están regalando un carajo, loco.
O sea, si tienes suerte, sí. Si no tienes suerte, pues no, realmente sí pierdes bastante. Por ejemplo, ubicas al pelón COD Mobile, al del evento. Ese güey ahorita lleva perdido unos $500.
Pero ¿de dónde sacan $500 para invertir, loco? Yo muriéndome de hambre y ustedes tienen $500 así de la nada, cabrón.
Pues ahorrando, o sea, de lo que yo tengo ahorrado, pues ahí tengo. Tengo unos $2,000 ahí ahorrados. Y pues eso se regresa. O sea, por ejemplo, este mes ya voy a subir a diamante.
¿Cuánto te piden de donación en diamante?
A ver, déjame ver. Configuración, creador. Traigo 500. Me pide 130,000 gemas. Que serían, porque son dobles, serían $2,600.
Está cabrón.
Pues sí, pero ya las completé. Las completé el tercer día.
$2,300 en 3 días hiciste.
Sí.
¿Y dónde sacaste tus $2,300?
Tenía de lo del mes pasado. Porque no sé si viste que había un evento de Trovo de Teams. Entonces yo estaba en un Team Pro. Y pues, o sea, había que pushar el top. Y quedamos en tercer lugar.
¿Quién
De
quedó
los
primero?
equipos pro de unos rusos, Titan Agency.
¿Y
Y en
Amplify
segundo
dónde quedó?
quedaron otros de Latinoamérica. No, Amplified no estuvo en los tops. Eran de donaciones los tops.
¿O eran de donaciones?
Sí, los primeros
¿Y cuánto
rusos que
daban
donaron
al top?
como... ¿Eh?
¿Cuánto daban a los top? Mames,
Ah, te regresaban el 5% en cashback de todo lo que se donó.
Chat, Bobby is
Mala madre, está
upset.
perro eso. 5%.
Sí,
Bobby is getting
sí, pero
upset.
de todas las
For
donaciones de todo
25
el equipo.
rounds
There's
into
not
this
even a
Mala madre,
storyline
está
anymore.
verga
It's
la
just
cosa.
one team wins, the other team
¿Cuánto
wins. One
sacaste
team
de
Ujú.
ahí?
wins, the other team wins. Oh, right on schedule.
No, o
Looks like
sea, se
Cold
repartió
Showers can win
entre
this
nada
one.
más los
3 players
streamers que
down
pushamos.
for Yo Mama.
Apenas
Pero,
fue entre 5,
¿cuánto
fueron
sacaste?
como
¿Cuánto sacaste?
$1000.
Left to try
¿Sacaste
and
tú 1000?
clutch.
Como uno,
¿O
A
ajá,
miracle clutch comes
como unos
through,
1000.
then
tú para ti
right in
solo?
the back, and
Sí,
they're motivated
$1000
as
tú.
well, but
ujú.
Zulin's out of
¿Se
position.
mentiras o?
Pepe's just,
De aquí.
I don't
No,
know
mis,
what Pepe's doing.
ve mis
He's just waiting
ganancias.
for
Bueno, ahorita
RG.
no tengo,
Using
ahorita
that
lo tengo
laser
todo en
taken
elixir.
now in 1v4. Jesus
Porque
slides
ayer
corner.
estaba jugando ese pedo
Not
y me
gonna
salió esa
connect,
cosa.
but Mago is.
De hecho, pensé que no se veía cuando
That is
entraba, porque
correct,
cuando tienes
chat.
más de
It
100
is
views no
first
aparece.
to 20 if it goes all the way to around 39 overtime. So it's
De hecho, el Myron también le jugaba un
it's
chingo, pero ese güey
sad boy hours here
no sé cómo lo hacía. De repente yo veía que sacaba y sacaba y sacaba y decía, qué pedo.
No, Mayro sí está
Oh, I
en
should've
otro
gotten
nivel
the
con las
later
ruletas, ¿eh?
flight.
Ese tipo se
Absolutely tragic right now.
ese tipo se
Don't
gasta
get me wrong,
$300 en
this is
esa
a great
ruleta y
combo.
saca
Also, I don't
600,
even know
cabrón.
if it's great combo. I think if it was great combo
Sí, es
before
que lo
we
que tienes que
closed out
sacar,
by now,
si no, no
we
conviene, o sea,
totally
realmente estás perdiendo.
Yo he visto a Myron por la noche mandándose 7000, loco. De 7000, como 3 7000, loco.
Ah, de los carritos.
Sí, en una noche, cabrón.
Ah, igual tengo carritos.
That's a fair take.
A mandarlo para acá.
That's a fair take. But Jesus, I mean,
El problema de
Jesus
lo de
could hit
Lace es que no te
30,
deja,
Bobby.
o sea, ese elixir se pierde.
Qué tremendo tiro, cabrón.
He's not going to be able to find two. Pepe finds the trade. Nobody there for Yo Mama to get the trades. D-Bag flanking as quickly as he possibly can, but it's Mago getting back into position right here. He makes his way through to trailer, might be able to find one, and Zulin takes down Pepe. I don't think they realize that he's in here now. They'll lay down some suppressing fire, but not going to be able to connect, and now looking to wrap back toward Mago. He's not going to be able to connect. Bear finds one onto
Entonces
a
eres millo.
Yo Mama
No.
might find a way to extend
Pues
the
es que también me
overtime.
ayudan
The
mis tops
bomb
donadores, o
goes
sea,
down
eso también me ayuda
onto
mucho.
A. Oh, Legacy had an opportunity to win the gunfight, but he can't make it happen. All you gotta do now
Ya
is
cualquier
dodge
cosa,
the
pues es
sniper
ganancia, o
bullets
sea,
and
que
it's
te
a
ayuden,
1v1.
pues sí.
Mago might finally be able to
El
close it, and
Maguiro.
he does just that with
Y
kill
tirándole
number
mierda a Edwin
right
porque no
there.
te donaba.
Tirándole mierda a quién.
A Edwin porque no te donaba.
No, nunca le tiré mierda, fue de chile.
Sí, ajá.
Pues yo sabía que siempre lo que ganaba te lo daba a ti, o sea, no había problema. Él me apoyaba con su view, pues, las cajas pues eran públicas, o sea, entraba quien quisiera.
My gosh.
Hasta le decía de broma.
Ese güey se autodona. ¿Te autodonas?
I've got
Ey, güey, la gente que dice que se autodona, güey. Güey, pues si se quejan tanto, pues háganlo ustedes. ¿Por qué no lo hacen? ¿No les alcanza o qué?
Les digo pobres. Les digo pobres jodidos, cabrón. Te vas a dejar,
Ey, pues es
tío,
que
galletas.
¿no has visto Parque cómo se quejan? Así, ya
Y
hay
que
un buen de
bastante ronda
streamers que lo
porque
hacen.
cuando empatan 6-6 así,
I did terrible teacher, so I don't speak it, but I just wanna
se va sumando una ronda.
If we dropped you in Spain right now, could you find your way to anywhere except for La Biblioteca?
Yo tengo a Jesus el carry.
Uber.
Con Jesus el carry nada me faltará.
Easy peasy. I can go anywhere in the world.
No, es que Jesus son de exótico siempre.
Jesus exótico.
Well, guys, no ping, no party.
Ya no lo he visto. Luego se pasaba con Elizabeth. Bueno, ni siquiera entró con Elizabeth.
Watch hours right now.
I'm certainly
Bueno, mover a ver qué chica tu madre.
Through, and that's a
Dale.
big feed for cold showers to completely wipe the slate clean.
Aquí sí.
Alright, well, couple life lead right now for the side of Yo Mama. One thing I will say about
Ya negoció responder ese güey, ese güey.
they're kind of brother or sister team of Mayhem seems to do really, really well on Hacienda. So there's definitely an opportunity that maybe.
Pues lo de autodonarse, pues eso es algo que básicamente Trovo provocó, cabrón. Pero pues los streamers tienen que comer, loco. Además, no creo que le estén causando pérdidas a Trovo. Si se autodona, por ejemplo, Daggity, supongamos que se autodone. No le está quitando dinero a Trovo, loco. Al contrario, Trovo le está quitando dinero a él.
Right off the start right here, Legacy going to be able to pick up a couple, make it 3 right there. Drops Forsaken, and they've got a big chunk of progress over here as they fully
Y Trovo nunca pierde, Trovo es un banco, cabrón. Es el banco, loco. Trovo anda fino, loco. El Chile a mí me gusta Trovo mucho, loco. Yo siento que es la mejor plataforma ahora mismo para monetizar. A pesar de todos los cambios y todo, loco, sigue siendo muy rentable. Hombre, los agarraron ahí. Dímelo, Scorpioncillo. Sí, gracias, Scorpion, por el bravo. No te pierdas, ¿eh? Yo los haré. Sigo monetizando bien en Trovo. Este me voy a bajar. Uy, no voy a completar las horas. Este mes sí ya... Todos estos meses he estado sobreviviendo, pero ya este mes sí voy para abajo. Pero pues... Ya siento que toca. ¿Por qué no vas a completar? Pues con 50 viewers de promedio, ¿quién va a completar las horas, loco? O sea, checa, para completar mis horas este mes, yo tendría que hacer 10 horas todos los días de 200 personas. Y 200 personas no se van a quedar aquí 10 horas, loco. Gonna be able to drop another right there, and now the lives are tied up 23 apiece. Que ahora cuando muera Trovo, pues me mato de... Ay, yo tengo un dinerito ahorrado, no es mucho, pero pues es muy poquito, pero pues si eso, si hay, no sé, cualquier cosa, no sé qué vaya a hacer, trabajar de nuevo en un trabajo, loco. En un trabajo real, en Woman o en alguna mamada de esa, loco. No, yo no puedo salvar ningún rango, loco, no me conviene, loco, pierdo... O sea, para salvar rango tienes que perder dinero del mes.
Yeah, it's looking to be that way. Not a whole lot of time to get that A zone captured. Really, to get anything captured right here is 9 seconds remain. Forsaken's making his way up, and he's going to go ahead and hop on Beast.
Qué cosas que pasan ya. Yo siento que mi plan de ahora es, como me bajan de rango, pues voy a tener que hacer menos horas. Ya no me voy a tener que hacer 15 horas diarias. Y así. Te voy a dar un aproximado de lo que voy a tener que hacer.
2-0 lead. Could be looking for the 3-0 here if Cold Shower have another really good offense, and that could get us into that game for hardpoint. Let's see as it keeps rolling on. Could, potentially mean we have a possible round 5, another search and destroy coming our way. Shibu, that's a big 2-piece to help open up the round for the team, however. That does give a overall 3 advantage.
O sea, también depende de las views, cabrón, ¿eh? Si tengo bien poquitas views, si tengo 50 views, me voy a demorar un chingo en hacer las horas, loco. Pero supongamos, si yo tuviera 100 views, por ejemplo, de promedio. Serían como 6 horas al día o algo así. Entonces ya con, supongamos, trabajando 6 horas al día, 6, 7 horas al día, de pronto 8, tengo más tiempo de editar videos y así, ¿sabes? Porque ahora me estoy aventando unas putizas, cabrón. Voy a empezar a crear contenido nuevo en YouTube, retomar el canal de YouTube. Y así, loco. Por ejemplo, ahora me estoy aventando como 12, 15 horas al día. Pues como tengo 50 views, loco, aquí entró la mayor parte del tiempo. Tengo que aventarme las 50 horas al día, las 15 horas al día, loco, o 12 horas al día. Por ejemplo, ayer hice 12 horas. Tengo que hacerlo, es mi trabajo.
The gravity vortex and a partial capture right here. He's got reinforcements from Awaken, but he's 1 HP.
Could be the win, honestly. I think B is way harder to take on this map than A. The B cap comes through. That's going to start extending the time, Bobby. And we've only got a 3 life lead at this point. You got a full streak for Legacy.
Yeah. If you want to call those in, you might be able to guarantee the win. You're only down 3 lives right now. Not really in a position where the Goliath would be super advantageous.
No me pone mal, la verdad. Pues yo, o sea, la vida es un sube y baja y pues en un momento estás arriba, otro momento estás abajo, pues el tiempo de Dios es perfecto y no se puede hacer nada, loco, sino seguir para adelante ya. No, tampoco $1000 cobro. El día que cobre $1000, pues no hago stream y ya. Pues me dedico a otra cosa, ¿sabes? A trabajar. O a lo mejor sí haga stream, pero pues busque algunas cosas alternativas, ¿sabes? 3-2 a 0, cabrón. Me remontaron a eso bien machín, loco.
Off, and they absolutely shut me up quick. Awaken may have had some rough games earlier, but he came through and top fragged for the team here in the control. 25 kills deep. And Cold Shower somehow.
A ver, vamos entonces a ver la de Garena, que me están chingando todo el tiempo con ver la de Garena. ¿Está bien todavía entró? ¿Crees que todavía se recupere Tro o que cambiará la plataforma de stream? Pues no sé, deben de. Ahora me dice yo si juego competitivo. De hecho, el lunes creo que voy a estar en la Zygnus Secret, ¿eh? Que pilas. Ay, déjame buscar el Garena entonces. ¿Cuál es el que dijeron en el minuto 50? De hecho, ahorita voy a estar jugando Scream como en 2 horas. Minuto 50 dijeron.
Easy free slot in the matchup. In fact,
No,
already brought in access one Goliath. Want to make sure they've got the take and to make sure that they get that final 9 points that they need to take the win in this hard point. Rotation gotten my here at the playoffs, but my support has been a phenomenal addition.
Tengo 23 años.
Only have a few seconds to call that out, and I guess that's a good move for this team. We'll have to find out the next time that they jump into this lobby and start the game, they might be able to start this. So hoping that this is already set. But going back to Hacienda Hardpoint, I mean, this is a map that is not really easy to go in, especially on those points that we have. Manor in there in the middle provides it an opening shot as well as the upper floor from both sides. So it's more of how you position themselves, take it slow, and get advantage from that P1.
Yeah, People trying to find out the mustachios from which country to see exactly which side I'm leaning on. You guys are curious. I am from Malaysia, unfortunately. The Malaysian.
Nah, en México no hago un IRL ni jugando, cabrón. Con la cantidad de haters que yo tengo, loco, sacados del culo, porque yo no entiendo la cantidad de haters que yo tengo, loco. Tengo una bola de haters, cabrón, que ni siquiera conozco, cabrón. Hay gente que ni siquiera conozco, loco. Que son haters míos, no, hombre. Yo hago un IRL en México y amanezco secuestrado, loco.
Aren't here at the playoffs, but my support is heavily on the side of Garena.
Pero un
I
equipo
always
malísimo.
have thought, and I think the players have proven that thought to be the right one. That Garena has got a heck load of talent when it comes to Call of Duty Mobile. And we see all of the talent being played out there to perfection on the battlefield. Once again, the first series between WDC Free Slot and Blacklist International Ultimate was an absolute banger.
No, en YouTube, en
And
mi
now
mejor
we
momento,
can expect the
gané
exact same
400,
between
ganaba
these two teams.
$400 al mes.
And as
En mi
we
mejor
head on,
momento, cabrón.
everyone is moving straight
Una
into the
mierda,
hard
loco.
point, but who will going for the
Pero pues era un
rotation?
ingreso
As we can
pasivo,
see, it's
¿sabes?
spread out a
Ahí,
little bit
no pasivo,
from
sí.
Dunya Games
Y
right
no
now
un
to
ingreso
get
extra.
good power positions to go towards this P1, but I think they are failing right now as Almighty is now taking them down one at a time. A good double from
Mira.
Zay, but
Lo que voy a hacer es lo siguiente. Me voy a poner a hacer stream. Pop. Y también al mismo tiempo me voy a poner mamado. Así que esa es mi estrategia. Me voy a poner a hacer stream. Contenido en YouTube. Me pongo mamado y me abro un Only. Saludos.
position has been taken. Possibility of a backstab, and Heaven turns that around against them.
I like it. You know, after 15 seconds is where we start to see Almighty hopping into the point, but it's just a clean engagement on the second floor of Mana that they want to dominate first before, you know, just prematurely stepping into the hard point, making sure they do not allow Dunya Games to take easy frags on them, because if you do not control that second floor of Mana and just play that hard point, you're going to allow your opponents to streak up very early in the game. Almighty doesn't want that, and because they play the game of patience, because they play the game of strategy, they are the ones that sneak away the
Dice, dice, trabaja en algo decente, Parka, esto es un juego solamente. O sea, esto es indecente.
majority of points from this P1 and an early rotation into P2 where gunfights have to be won back to back. Jeff Pro steps up for the team. Indonesian Pride
No,
on the side
de
of
hecho,
Almighty
Denis
as
se va a crear un
well.
OnlyFans,
Lion
loco.
City representing Jeff
Para los que
Pro
estén
this time
interesados en comprar,
around gets that
checa, para los que estén interesados en comprar una suscripción en el OnlyFans de Denis que se va a crear, ya dentro de poco se lo va a crear, dentro de menos de un mes, Denis va a abrir un OnlyFans, va a salir como Elizabeth L. Y que los que estén interesados en el OnlyFans de Denis, que me va a comprar mi troca como ¿cómo se llama? Como Ari Gameplay se lo compró a Juan Guarnizo.
single slay, but he was aiming for the double though. Sends out the hunter killer drone as well. Jeff Pro with the opportunity slays Fran. And
Lo dice bien en serio.
Almighty
Pues es en serio, pendejo. En serio ella se lo va a crear. No sé, o sea, estoy hablando en serio. Piensas que lo estoy bromeando, loco. No lo estoy bromeando, es en serio, se lo va a crear, cabrón.
dominating at the get-go.
Yeah, and Jeff Pro has the highest points in here in terms of kills as well as Heaven, and there's no noobs right here, only Jeff Pro. Zezen in there being taken down by Jeff Pro once again, and good rotations right now as a team. Now, as we look at this, there is not so much of the need for control of spawns because it's in the corner. It is only needed if you will be spawned a little bit too far from the right side of the map. But
Yeah,
so
creo
far,
podría
there's a
hacerlo,
push
podría hacerlo,
of
¿verdad?
DG of Dunya Games right now, but it is faltering from the hands of Irfan J.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Dunya Games fell 3-0 against Smarter Mega. Are they going to fall 3-0 against Almighty as well? With the way things are going in this hardpoint matchup, it looks like they are getting absolutely shoved onto the ground. And AMT is using them as a mob to wipe up all of the dust. 76-9 total domination so far, but early rotations this time around from the Indonesian side into P3. Warehouse is opened up, but favorable spawns from the Special Forces base will give Almighty the opportunity to shove themselves right back in this hard point. And a pincer maneuver, attacking from both sides. Big fight for Clutch King Irfan J. He wins out that gunfight. One more engagement, wins that one as well. Irfan J closes off the back. Backyard all in the hands of the Clutch Clutch King, and the Clutch King alone slays them on back and forth, but Jet Sky still holds the fort for Dunia Games, and they want to turn this into their money hill.
Clutch no break gun in 10 seconds, and that is what you expect from Irfan J once you have him against them. And here comes Jet Sky right now going for the kill, and Gonzi as well taking down Shut Up. Now the rotations right now of Almighty a little bit spread out, preparing themselves for the spawns a little bit near to this hill, but the scores right now slowly catching up, but it's not enough to overtake the points of Almighty. Now preparing onto the next hill right now, it is this guy of heaven already starting it up, but Shut Up is cleaning house from the other side.
Yeah, and the Dunia Games players looking to string all of these points up inside of P4 as well. Observation deck, they do have 2 players on there holding on to the points. Final survivor, Gonzi, big fight, big win. Irfan J Clutch King taken out. That's a huge fight and a huge investment by Gonzi, playing the game of risk. Although he was the final player left there, didn't want to allow Almighty to run away with this matchup by giving away those free points. He steps on up, he steps on in, slays out the players of Almighty, but Almighty in their own accord step things up right back as well. Zeze X now, once again, final player on the side of DG. DG just not sustaining their lives out there as decently as they would expect themselves to. And all
la KSP, la verdad, o sea, el meta de la KSP estaba muy bueno, loco.
Yes, this match is close, but
No sé por qué duró tan poquito, loco. Debió haber durado un poquito más.
Investment that can be brought forth here by the Garudas. They have got 5 of those operators already activated, and they have got Zeze X with the investment, but that's a premature one as he gets snuffed out early.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Even if you're losing engagement, as long as you had the advantage earlier on, but this time the advantage might be on the side of Almighty. Jet Sky right now going in for the hit, but they are staking this second floor of this manor. Thus,
eso fue ayer.
Onto that next hill will still give them the points. We'll have to find out how much more can DG take this, and if they can take this around, because so far they might be able to take the ground floor. Second floor still domination factor for Almighty at this point.
One first dream fulfilled already. I wanted to see mighty battles between the titans of Garena, but after this, you know, one engagement, I hope that Garena just gets into a agreement with the Indian scene, because I want to see all of the Indian players take on Garena, man. I've checked out some of the Indian teams, and their mechanical skills, their strategy looks quite decent out there on the battlefield. In fact, decent enough to really shut some of those teams on the side of Garena up, and I want to see that battle actually happen out there on the battlefield. Maybe at a promotional, maybe at an invitational. I don't care what it is. We deserve to see that. If it doesn't happen at stage 5, it better happen on a promotional series. Somebody should get this done.
Yeah, somebody should be able to set that up.
Tengo hambre, loco.
You being the voice, AJ, I think a little people will be listening. There's no listening at that point from Almighty, because Dunia Games has now listened.
En 1 hora y 50 minutos voy a jugar stream también.
Will not be deafened.
El
They
directo
will be
está
clear
fino hoy.
on their objectives. They will be going
Variado.
in for points. 35 remaining in here in Fran, going in for the side as well. But going back to your point,
No le llegan a traer, loco.
having different regions.
Es que no sé, es distinto nivel, loco.
Invitational for a show match or whatever.
No puedes comparar, Rubén.
How
Es distinto nivel.
fair against this monsters that we have in the arena servers. I mean, that would be awesome. That was one thing that might turn the tides in terms of the meta being used, as well as the tactics
De hecho,
that
lo puedo
we're seeing
hacer,
right
Alex.
now from the gameplays of this team.
Pero eso ya para el otro mes.
Going to take it up to the next level. I think it's
Es
going to
cuando-
break the internet if Garena goes up against India, bro. No, because you've got 2 fantastic regions. I mean, I'm counting Garena as a whole region when I speak about this context. And India is just filled with crazy talent when it
Igual
comes
tú
to
sabes
mobile
dónde podría yo
games.
sacar
And those
dinero de
guys
Instagram,
really
loco.
focus, right? They really want to prove
Me
themselves
pueden
out
seguir
there
en
on the
Instagram.
battlefield, and you can see through some of their strategies and plays as
Contacto
well. And strategy is
.com.
where it really matters.
Los
We've
agradecería
got
mucho.
such a close matchup between
Sí, güey, sí,
Almighty
güey, sí,
and
güey.
Dunia Games
Creo que-
in this
creo que-
game as well, just like what
¿Qué
we
es eso,
saw
Carioca?
in that hardpoint matchup, and in fact the whole series between WDC as well as Blacklist Ultimate earlier on. And I'm very sure we're gonna see the exact same story
Ahí
when
te lo
India
va, ahí te
goes
lo
up
va.
against Garena. It's just fantastic matches, and I love to lose my mind over matches like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of excitement in there, especially as we only see them separately, and that is what's happening right
tu nivel
now.
competitivo.
Indonesia going against Singapore,
Ah,
and
me
Speed going
perjudicó.
against
Si yo
Indonesia,
no juego, loco.
or,
Competitivo, esa es
representative,
la cosa.
and they are still going in tie to tie.
Mientras todos estaban jugando competitivo, yo estaba chill haciendo contenido, loco.
Short, it might be Almighty right now. That would depend on how it will be turned around. 3 seconds remaining, but no.
Yo llevara todo el tiempo en celular que llevan todos los jugadores de ahora, loco. Yo fuera buenísimo, loco.
It's 152 to 144. Rotation might be in favor of Almighty, but here comes the comeback of Dunya Games.
Oh, this is just too good, man. This matchup between Almighty and Dunya Games, the rotations, the engagements, all
simplemente
perfect.
tenía otras prioridades,
really slaying out there on the battlefield. I hope to God he can bring his bed over to stage 5 as well if they make it through, if they can represent Garena. Heaven's gonna need that bed, or Heaven's gonna need some sort of adjustment out there so that he can sit in the position that he's just feeling so comfortable with. Because we saw him nerf at Garena Masters at the playoffs. He really couldn't perform this. He had to sit down on the gaming chat. Even the group stages, we saw such a huge difference in terms of quality out of Heaven, and that's not something
a ellos creo que no lo vimos en las cuentas eSport, loco. Yo supongo que le dieron otras cuentas eSport. O sea, desarrollaron otro juego distinto con cuentas eSport. Porque supongo que eso es cuentas eSport igual, si no estuviera jugando con la KSP.
Earlier on, Almighty showed them how to rock this first hardpoint already. Take over the second floor of Mana and then conquer, and then send in that one objective player. If you've got an XS1 Goliath, might be a decent point to drop, but a simple Preddy can automatically annihilate that XS1 Goliath. So that's going to be a huge problem as well. So you have to just play it with your own life here. But the players on the side of Dunya Games not sustaining their lives at all, and Almighty annihilates with Heaven whipping out his Annihilator.
Yeah, that's one thing about this map as well on Hardpoint. There's a lot of open spaces in there for the Preddy to be used, and I guess they're also saving up. Probably another turnaround might be happening with those Goliaths later on, but nothing's happening just yet. In terms of investment, it's only Almighty that has a lot of those investment to them, and there's no point to use it this early into the fight. They are leading the points, and they will continue on. Probably not ending in this hill, but probably in the next one, because they are having a hard time catching up in there with more than 50 on the lead.
Oh. Almighty now, almost close to finishing the things off. Dunya Games opened up quite decently against Almighty, kind of keeping that pressure up. At the start, it was a dominant side of the Lion City representing Almighty, but Dunya Games managed to trade back up. At that P3, they made their way back into this matchup, but Almighty now leaving them high and dry. 50 seconds to go though at this P2. If Dunya Games can hold on to every single point, we'll see the Garudas back in this matchup. But Shut Up wins out all of these engagements. He gets a little bit of backup. There might just be a huge possibility.
Pero fíjate, no es lo mismo. No sé, loco, yo siento que Travis la tiene muy cómoda en esta final, claro.
Back and forth. Almighty on the right hand side and observation through their spawns, and you've got Dunya Games spawning out of statue. Almighty has got the game of numbers here. They bash their way in. 17 seconds to go, almost close to finishing this game off, and Incendio is on fire.
Yeah, Incendio in the membrane, and they're going in, but Fancy Konzi will be moving in, but will be taken down by Irfan J once again. Now they've lost that opportunity to close the gap.
Sí, pero eran diferentes tiempos también.
We are moving in onto the next hill. Warehouse will be that next hill. Now the Goliath will be pulled out right in time just to overtake and to make sure that they get that final 9 points that they need to take the win in this hard point, AJ.
Chat's having an argument on whether or not Mustachio is Indian or Mustachio is
¿Crees que Travis está más carona que los de Garena?
Sí, claro.
Te digo que a Travis los únicos que le pueden así dar pelea, siento yo, que son los de Inco, cabrón. Siento que son los únicos que le pueden dar pelea, loco.
Yes, and right now, well, so far, I mean, there was a heat in there from the start of this game of Almighty Dunya Games, and when that heat was felt by Almighty, they didn't back off. Of course, not letting these two teams to show up. But we all mentioned that there are some teams who
Deje sin el niño este no es nada, cabrón, en Chile.
have been pulling back.
Con el niño sí le mete con una vergüenza, loco.
This might be a chance.
¿Cómo se llama el niño, loco?
The hard point, this guy, not only is he on fire, he's just bad shit crazy out there on the
¿Cómo se llama el niño narizón, loco?
Used that to burn this inferno in their hearts, and that revenge was executed against Dunia Games here at this hardpoint matchup at Hacienda. It's a good start, but Dunia Games, let's see if
déjame ver
they
si voy por algo de
can
comida
rip
porque
a
tengo hambre,
huge
cabrón.
comeback at the SND in a little bit, because fantastic engagements
Hay un
all
niño
throughout,
narizón.
and Heaven hits that 51 kill on Hacienda hardpoint. This guy, not only is he on fire, he's just bad shit crazy out there on the battlefield when he's hungry for that win.
Yeah, once he's in there into the point, there's no knocking on Heaven's door right now. He will just turn around and hit you like it's hot. And that is what's happening when you go head to, like, toe-to-toe against Heaven. He's not only proficient on the sniper, and we've seen that similar as well to other members, and I think that is where the catching up is happening. We've seen that from Mupi, not only a sniper, but also as a slayer in the mid-range as well as close range. And that is what Heaven is doing right now. Flexibility can bring this team to greater heights right now from what Heaven is doing. He's well in SND, he's well on hardpoint, and with a combination of both game modes, that will be controlled later on, so I'm pretty sure he'll be doing well as well.
I've got no doubt at all that Heaven will be doing well, and I don't want to say that he was inspired after watching Whoopi, but that's kind of like the progression in terms of who stepped things up on the battlefield, right? Whoopi was an amazing sniper, Heaven was an amazing sniper. At moments, Heaven outdid Whoopi's quality on the snipes, and those were the moments, those were the times where Whoopi, you know, just dropped that sniper and he wanted to be that flex player, he wanted to play the objectives for Smart Omega, because that's where he felt the team was truly lacking. And when you've got players like this on your team, you know that you are super gifted, you know you're super lucky if you're the team owner or whoever who's investing into these little boys out there on the battlefield, because they take the initiative to make sure they patch up any sloppy gameplays. Now Almighty, they had Heaven doing the exact same thing. From shining purely in SNDs, which yes, they do win championships, he went on to shine in these respawns as well, and he's now an almighty dominator out there on the battlefield. Regardless of what sort of game mode you throw him into, he's still gonna shine.
And that's one reason why in all this fights that we've seen, it seems that jumping in on the playoffs doesn't necessarily have only one MVP. It trades off from game to game, from mode to mode, because of how well it has been distributed in this lineup for the teams. Now, good grenades right now in there being pulled and taken down in there from afar. That was Incendio who started that.
Bro, that was so beautiful. I tell you, the distraction, the setup of that initial engagement into basketball court was a thing of perfection out of Almighty. They smoke out the front of safe room, and then Incendio tosses out those stuns and flashes. The stun connects at the very perfect moment inside of basketball court, allowing Incendio to string that through with a kill. And Dunia Games struggling at the get-go. Almighty, what did you have for breakfast? Francis, calm down. I can still win this. Irfan J kicks him into the next round. Almighty starts off strong.
But before Fran jumped in, I mean, that was Heaven getting 3 kills already in that game. Initiating that fight was Incendio, and then Heaven popping off. It isn't left to Fran in there to defend, but against 3 members, that's a little bit too much. And as we can see the rotations right now, Defenders is in a little bit deep in here from the side of Gonzi. Might be a little bit too close, but might be taken down as well from behind, depending on how it will be pushed right now. Gonzi taking out Incendio.
Defending side of Dunia Games now, stacking mid. Central Garden has got 2 of their players as they push on over towards the swimming pools. Open stairs, beautiful slay onto Shut Up. Gonzi gets it with the KSP. And now, rotating around from the side of Pillars. You won't see Heaven, but Gonzi sorts him out. Gonzi's on fire this time around. The game of numbers now on the side of Dunia Games. And there's a high probability they string this into a victory as well. Irfan J, premature engagement as they try to rotate outside of basketball court. Catching one player inside of Gardens, snuffing him out instantaneously. And now they play the game of patience, waiting to fish out Dunia Games.
Yeah, and they will be seeing them. A good bait and switch right now, but it will be turned around in there by Dunia Games. But Irfan J just clutched it on that 1v2. Now it's a 1v1 situation right now for this final moment, and this is Gonzi, and there's no fancying around this guy. Gonzi can be sneaky, can go for the backstab, but Irfan J accuracy at its best, the Clutch King is still no breaks.
Oh yeah, boy.
Private su
You can
Omega.
leave it to the Clutch King to clutch out those rounds. That's exactly what Irfan J is known for out there on MSP. The MSP circuit always has him popping off. Dunia Games this time round. Absolutely no showing in the first 2 rounds, but fantastic engagements by Gonzi, keeping the team alive earlier on. Let's see if or not the team of Almighty can get this done yet again. A 7-0 might just be possible if Almighty continues this sort of an approach. But now the game of numbers.
No, olvídate,
Incendio trades it out. Zeze drops heaven. Trading back loud. It's Irfan J and Incendio making this a 2v1. Zeze X with the snipe. No angles to play around with. And the attacking side of Almighty goes in for the plant. Incendio very sneaky. Zeze X now circling around. Will not miss. Will not get that shot because he just points his crosshair away from the player of Almighty, Irfan J, with the timing a little bit off. Zeze X now with the backstab. It's all in the hands of Incendio, and he beautifully shuts down the final player. 3-0.
Algún proyecto de futuro voy a hacer
Dunia
Parcalan.
struggling just a little bit.
Yes, Zeze has a good opportunity.
Y voy a invitar a todos los
to
streamers de
go
Trovo
in for
a
that
un
hit, but there's no oh yeah for Zeze just
a
yet.
un evento
We're seeing 3
de
points down already for Dunia Games. They need
como
to take it
Egolan
slow. They need to play the
en un
game
mundo
of
abierto.
Almighty to perfection for them to be able to get a point right now. But on the attack, it's a quick move right here on to Alpha or on to Bravo as 3 members already hold this area of Square Center. Laundry will be taken by Zeze on the other side and a good backup in there from this guy of Jet Sky. Good opportunity for Incendio to take a peek as well as a kill, but the information has been relayed. Fran still goes down, but Zen takes down Heaven into the play. Incendio still waiting, but on the other side, battle is happening, and it is now a 2v4 situation. Almighty in the lead.
2v4, make that a 4-0. Almighty, can they pull this off? Wrecking the players of Dunia Games. The Indonesian Garuda flying
Los de
high
Blacklist.
up in the air.
Es que los de
They
Blacklist
forgot
juegan todos en
the
celular,
Almighty.
en
It's
iPhone.
just a couple of steps
Bueno, no
above
sé, quién
them.
sabe.
From the clouds, they strike down. Lightning, the sound of thunder ripping through the skies, and Dunia Games have no response whatsoever. Jet Sky still continues to struggle on the defensive. Dunia Games really hasn't managed to find an equal standing ground against Almighty just yet.
Good rotations right now for teams of Almighty to go in for the Russian Alpha, but they are not getting information just yet. A full stack in here on Alpha already, but a movement into mid area. And Zeze takes down Heaven, and Heaven will be reigning right now as we see the stacks against them in terms of numbers.
¿Será
There's
Minecraft?
no
No.
turn back for 2 members. Irfan J
¿Será un mundo abierto?
in this bar. They need to start it off.
De
And
Forest.
Here comes Irfan J
Como de
trying to
Forest.
go in with that grenade. Shot up right now. I think they're waiting up a shot up because he has been disconnected and he's back. Irfan J right now going in the movement to the stairs. Will try to go on for the Bravo push.
5v4, the numbers on the side of Dunia Games to finally pick up maybe their first round in this matchup against Almighty. But the angle held on by Irfan. Shut up there, just way too sneaky. Slides away at the moment's notice of a little bit of danger. Gonzi playing the pillars to safety as well at kitchen. All the players of Dunia Games just holding on to those angles perfectly.
And there we have it. Zen and Zeze in there for the backup. Incendio was able to go for the kill against Fran. But how much can this guy do? Not so much, because 4 is a lot for the team of Almighty to go in solo. And there we have it. 1-4 on the scores. Dunia Games showing signs of life in this fight.
There's a
No
little
está
bit
metida en
though.
Instagram.
They need to still battle their way up to catch up with Almighty. 3 back-to-back rounds. Can
Todos
they
son
pull
puros
it off?
celulares,
Because
Yomar.
on
Pero
the
la
attacking
cosa es
side
que
later on, yes, they get to dictate the pace, but now on the defensive, still
no
punished
sé,
by
Blacklist
shutout
juega
as
en
they edge
iPhone,
down on the
cabrón.
ground. And if they allow
Sí, son muy
Almighty to
buenos
run
y todo,
away a little
pero
bit more, then when
la
Almighty
ventaja de
moves into the
FPS
defensive,
sacaron.
life just gets
Y
easier.
como quiera jugando en
because all
iPhone le
shut up
ganan a
and
estos güeyes, ¿eh?
Heaven needs to do is just set up that double
Y
snipe
muchos juegan en Red Magic.
angles and annihilate the players of Dunia Games as they make their way towards those bomb sites. So, Dunia Games, they need to pick up as many as
Un día
possible
volverá
before
el
they switch
Parka
sides. But only one
2020.
final round left, so this
¿Cuál
round
es
is
ese?
crucial for the Indonesians.
I would say it is really crucial for them. They need to make it work right now because once the table has been turned, it might be another difficulty that they will face later on. Incendio will be in here trying to hold the statue as they wait for laundry area, and no information will be relayed right now. Still good. They have the angle on towards the stairs. Gonzi, I think there was a little bit of delay right there, but I think that was already a final kill at that moment.
Lagging, bro. 5-2-1. Dunia Games. You know, not just the game, but I feel like their minds are lagging just a little bit as well in terms of response time. Let's see if they can make a comeback in this matchup against Almighty, who are supreme. Shut up, Jeff Bro. Beautiful. Those back-to-back slays, but Jetsky and Gonzi trades them back. Incendio trades Jetsky. I'm missing all of this engagement out there. Why, Gonzi? Great shutdown onto Irfan J, but Incendio quickly trades him out. The game of numbers once again to the side of Almighty. They're on the defensive, and the attacking side, Zen, doesn't even have the bomb on him.
Yeah, Zen really needs to go in for the push for the kill. Well, there's plenty of time to turn it around, double back, and get that bomb. Go into Alpha right now. Information relayed already, but Incendio going in.
Porque estás en la otra cuenta.
But still, he will be backing
¿Qué?
off. They will not be letting go of their sides of that
¿Qué?
bomb just yet, and that might be the end of Zen. But
Estás lagueada,
taking in that bomb.
Baboso,
Where
dije.
will you be going?
Babosa, tú que estabas en otra cuenta.
Will this be the rotation that
Pues
Zen
en la
that
cuenta
can
donde veo
bring
las
him for the
películas.
clutch, or probably it was just a waiting game for Almighty at this point.
Mm.
Zen right now
Animal.
trying to peek in, getting information.
Animal.
Nothing just yet. There goes the takedown.
Sí,
Zen
muchas
brings
gracias.
it to a 1v1, AJ.
Oh, crazy stuff out there on the battlefield.
Hola, animal.
1v1 now. Zen
Te copian.
really needs to win this out for his team.
Bestia.
He's got the KSP in hand.
Hey, eres bestia la de...
Towards the basketball court. And I feel like that's the perfect
Bueno, verdad que tú eres
one.
Piggy.
Looks the wrong way, and Zen was smart enough to
Sí,
take
la de
a look
los...
behind
¿Cómo
him,
se llaman
180,
esos, güey?
and he shuts down Shut Up. 2-5. Dunia Games
A
still
los-
has got a lot to do. But
Son los
that's a good
Muppet
start.
Baby.
Yeah, it's a good start
Sí.
indeed, and I think what Zen did was a footstep bait in
Y yo soy bestia.
against that final
El que rompe
member.
todo.
Thus, he was able to go in for the back.
No, tú
Now,
eres
Zen's
moto
having
moto.
no opportunity, but shut up. Well,
tú eres
don't
Pi.
just talk, just shut up.
Ok, pero tú eres moto moto.
Fantastic engagement. And Dunia Games
Hey, ando...
from the get-go
Tengo...
now, once again struggling. All thanks to the double side setup of Almighty and Irfan J with the coordinate. Heaven follows up with yet
¿Te
another
acordás cuando te robé el
What is going
goleada?
on?
Parka.
Almighty on fire. Fred and Zen trade
no,
them
la
out, but
verdad
Zen
no.
shut down by Clutch King Irfan
What the
J.
fuck?
3v1.
¿Cuánta
Fred,
gente
the
no me
final
ha robado
survivor.
goleadas? Vamos a jugar
And
contra
now the
ti
defending
personalmente.
side takes over basketball court, waiting to welcome the final player of Dunia Games. And yes,
Ese güey,
that's a great
seguro en una
engagement.
partida de hace como 200 años, ¿verdad, baby? En una partida de hace 200 años me robó un goleado y piensa que me lo voy a recordar a la vez que ese güey.
I mean, though the initiation as well as the trade back being done in there by Dunia Games,
Se pasó de verga, cabrón.
in there when it comes to that final moment. Losing a lot of lives early in the engagement, the speed that they're taking this on, they start it
Baby,
off
estoy
hot,
promocionando tu
thus they
OnlyFans.
also end it with a few
Baby,
lives to
que
their
te
side. And the numbers game
esperes.
Machine, ya tienes ya como-
Almighty, not looking good for
como
them. Heaven
10,
starts it off against Jetsky, and Heaven is higher
Y
than
sí,
the
bro,
sky.
fue hace 2 años cuando salió la Eco. Se pasó de verga, cabrón. Ya tienes como 20 clientes, ¿eh? From me, baby.
Ay, no. Ya me va a querer cobrar por eso, ya verán.
No, no.
Que
no, que no, que no.
Yo
Yo sé que tú me vas a comprar mi apartamentito, baby. Yo sé.
Once again,
Ah,
wants to take it all the way and potentially this time around
Míralo.
represent Garena. Represent
apartamentito
Garena
ahí
at the stage
fino.
5 and represent the Lion City as a whole and show
¿Verdad?
them, even though low in numbers
No.
when it comes to the number of teams
Okay.
out of the nation, they still have got supreme quality. Shut up with a beautiful headshot.
¿En dónde?
Secondary backs away as he gets tagged
Allá,
up.
contigo.
Beautiful stun as well played. Shut up slows down. ZZX shuts
¿Verdad?
down Jeff Pro. Beautiful engagements back and
Esa
forth.
granada fue una
But only
mierda, cabrón.
ZZX now to complete all of this, and Heaven
Una
puts
mierda
him
de
down on the
granada
ground. 7-2. Almighty dominates Junior Games.
Dominating is an understatement at this point. I mean, Dunia Games didn't had a chance in there from ending it well. There's only 2 instances that we've seen them, but from that
Boring.
moment, from the start of those moments, it's more of Almighty taking the initial frags as well as turning it against
Que
Dunia
Guillermo, todavía
Games.
falta un chingo,
There's
manito.
one thing that we
Aconséjame un
really
güey,
don't
me
want to
debe
see as
dinero
much
y
as
me va a dar un
possible
red
in
magic.
the playoffs. We want
Yeah.
a good trade back
Ese
in
7.
terms of search and destroy, because
Yep.
not only are they going in once, they are going in twice.
Si es el 7
if
pros,
they'll be able
bueno,
to
sí.
get it back to back. But at this
Pero
point, It's already back-to-back win.
No existe un Remagic S7, así que cuidado, loco. Si te quieres dar un Remagic 7S, S7 puede que te esté estafando, cabrón.
Really could not hold a candle against the plays of Almighty. Irfan J gets the MVP title this time around for stepping up, and that's quite the interesting MVP there, because usually for the S&Ds you see Shut Up as well as Heaven truly waking up. Usually
Y
it's
qué buenas nalgas
Irfan J just
de...
showing his class out there on the battlefield.
¿Verdad?
And why this is
¿Qué?
the main reason
No,
as
no,
to
no.
why we were able to see him, you know,
¿Qué
Hello,
dijiste?
in a couple of those rounds
Almighty.
and a couple of those engagements at the group stage as well, because he's got the mechanical capability to do exactly that, and the team is there to back him up no matter whatever happens out there on the battlefield against.
Ay, nos quitamos toda esta
Use of the
cosa.
time as a defender. Take
Qué
out
feo
of
es,
the
loco.
time, as well as take out of the lines,
El bigotillo,
as
loco.
well as for the attacker, there will be the capture. So if you'll be able to capture both a
Of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
El bigotillo
If you
flow
are
siga,
already
cabrón.
losing, if you're already struggling, you really need to stop. You really need to slow down
Literalmente
and
brutal.
focus on your strategy.
Imagínate que ese güey así de pronto vea y te diga, literalmente brutal.
then it's unfolding right
Todo esto es horrible. Ay, pero ¿por qué insultan a mis chinitos? Lo bueno de McDonald's es que puedo pedirlo rápido, cabrón.
and then the investigation will be bringing that to what was already
Mames.
from will
You the story. Dude, out on the snipe. He's on the KSPs. He's just doing so much for
Baby.
the side of Almighty.
Dime.
But I totally
Extrañé.
forgot, Avnish. I was going to give you guys a
¿Y
flying
por qué
kiss.
te
I'm sorry.
saliste la
When I
llamada?
get back to camera in a
Tú te
little bit, I
saliste,
will.
rata.
Okay, I'm
Y
sorry.
yo que había acabado la llamada.
Pero pues estabas
yeah,
afuera.
and that is what excitement is here because the battle is
Y
going to
últimamente
unfold
si te
and
estás
it's
saliendo y te
unfolding
estás
right now.
muteando y andas
And
bien rara, ¿eh?
because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have given you the
¿Qué,
love
güey?
already and you can give them back.
Claro
Actually,
que
you're
no.
giving them the love back.
Como ya te vas a abrir el Only.
Communicating with the community really is a good
Y
thing.
te vas a
especially
operar y
even
todo.
if we
Y me vas a
are
dejar
in
por
here
un
casting
mamado.
and providing the great show for the
¿Por qué
teams.
no?
And this
Pues
is
ahí
one thing
ya
that I
sí
love
te-
about this
ahora
guy,
sí
Musashi H.M.
te vale
He
verga,
loves
¿verdad?
everyone in this community.
I
No.
most definitely do, bro. I mean, people keep asking me, right, like, what sort of energy drink do I take? How do I keep my energy levels up? How do I, you know, bring the hype non-stop? It is through all of the love that the community shows me and gives me that I absorb in my heart. And all I want to do is just give them the very best. And that's similar to what Almighty is doing out there on the battlefield as well. They're absorbing the love that the
Ya miraste
community
por
gives them.
futuro.
They're shoving it in the faces of Dunia Games. Such a dominating
Mira cómo se le mueve la
opener
cámara a
here
ese güey
as
con el
Almighty
giroscopio, cabrón.
sneaks in here for the defense. A 3-life deficit, make that 4, but Dunia Games doesn't care because a single hole by Jet Sky at that B control point with ZZX having his back, overextending just a little bit to make sure nobody can step on forth and take away his hold from him and take his brother down. That gives Dunia Games 1 control point. Now, the A control point is the harder one to secure at Slums. Let's see how the Indonesians pull this off.
Yeah, I think Bravo was already
Serás parte del
intentionally
harem.
being
¿Qué es
given
el
by
harem, baby?
Almighty because they have prepared already a setup on the hardest
Eh,
point in
es un
this
table.
map, and Irfan J and the rest of the teams will just be waiting for Dunia Games to rush in and lose their lives. Lose their lives. They're doing
entendí.
right now. It is a 5-life deficit as Gonzi steps in and backs out.
¿Y cómo
right
sabes
in
que es un
front
table?
before being taken down. And good chance for him.
Porque
There goes
es de
Irfan J
Monterrey.
being
¿Y por qué
taken down,
conoces
but
todos los
still,
tables de Monterrey?
of the lives of
¿Por qué no?
Almighty is far from
Yo no conozco ni un
Games.
solo
It's all
table
they have to
de
do.
Miami,
Take it
cabrón.
slow
Y esa
and
morra
take
se
that
conoce
control
todos los
to
tables
lift
de
up.
Monterrey, cabrón.
Yeah, so for all of
Están
you
en
guys
el
who are
centro, todo el
curious
mundo
as to what
conoce lo
technical
del centro.
investigation was going on in the background, at that hardpoint matchup, Dunia Games did manage to break the hill for a few moments, but when they did break the hill, unfortunately there was a
Oye, si
little
donde
bit
viven
of
las
a
segundas
lag in
esposas
the
de los
system
reyes.
where it was not
Oh.
giving them the points. But
Ya lo
upon
son los finos,
investigation,
ex.
upon rewinding the footage
O sea que
and
seré el
checking
segundo
the
esposo de
number
ella.
of points that Dunia Games could have collected, even
¿Tendrías
though
dos esposos,
that
Denis?
bug was not there, would have
No,
been
ay,
quite
no, qué
dismissible as
estrés.
Almighty had quite a bit of dominance in that hardpoint matchup. So that was the main
Mami.
investigation.
Conmigo suficiente
And
ya, ¿verdad?
since we have brought that down to a close, we have also given Almighty a stand on their victory.
Qué
Nothing
estrés, qué
changes in
mamona.
the series, but
Ay,
obviously,
qué mamona.
with each and every single one of those complaint
Sí,
spots, we want to look
tú
into
lo
them
sabes.
seriously and make sure that everybody out there has got an equal
Ay, baby,
playing
eres
field
bien mamona.
against each other. And that's something that I absolutely love Garena for. Thank you for making sure everybody out there is attended to whenever they do raise their hands and say that, hey, I think something is wrong. But Dunia Games, they will still have to fight their way back in here, Neptune. That first round, although it got quite close, they got slain out. And now with Almighty on the attack, they're slaying out Dunia Games even before getting to those control points to snatch them away.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of mechanical skills of Almighty that they have, that they can take down the points already low from the sides of Dunia Games. And then later on, once the plan has been triggered, all they have to do is take that strongest or that easiest point and then put it to their favor, stopping the time, getting them most of the kills, as well as they head on to Alpha later on. 25 to 19, as you can see, only losing 5 lives in the process. And this is what we're talking about. When a team takes it slow, you will not be
Baby, nos
wasting
vamos a
all
casar.
those lives. You can invest on them, on the utilities, pretty much as
¿Qué?
what we're
No,
seeing from
porque tú
Incendio
eres
right
bien
there with
culo.
Annihilator.
Porque soy bien culo.
9 life deficit.
Porque
Thankfully
dices
made
que
it
los
to 8
enemigos
by
son muy
Zezax
caros,
and
que
his
la boda es
long-range
muy
sniper.
cara,
Once again,
que
B
todo es
control
muy
point to make
caro.
it away. Very
Pues ahora
easy.
con
A
Trovo
control point,
bajando de
this is
rango,
where
pues no.
trouble starts. And now Dunia Games
Pues,
can just lock
tú
on
con
those
el
angles
OnlyFans
and wait for
vas a
Almighty to
costear
bring
la,
those gun
la
fights
hora.
Ay,
towards them.
dinero,
Gonzi
todo
can
quiere que
invest
pague
on that
yo.
Annihilator, but doesn't make the mistake
Capaz
of
que ganó
prematurely
10
bringing it
dólares.
out. And Dunia Games, they
Uy,
stay
tú no vas a
back and
ganar
forth,
10
and
dólares.
now
Si
a
ese
4 life
culote
deficit
valen
on the
millones.
defending side.
Cállate.
Heaven trying to keep
Okay.
that to a 5. Good trade back from Gonzi to shut down Heaven and Dunia Games. 1 more minute to go. It's a lot for Almighty to work with, so they just have to be a little careful.
Yeah, so far in this gunfight, it's not so much from Dunia Games that's showing up.
Ese
Zygnus
es
the one getting all
el
of the
stage
kills,
for de arena,
mostly from the distance, and that's one
Pero
thing
que te
that
valga
Dunia
verga, ¿no?
Games needs to put into play. They need
ese.
to keep the distance and give out the snipers for those kills later on and giving them the life's advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Irfan J right now slowing it down as they just cut off the approach. Even if they are on the attack, I mean, they are the ones holding those points perfectly.
I mean, Dunia Games better step things up, man, because when I was asked who do I think is going to get to the grand finals, I happily named them. Now, usually my predictions are on point, but Dunia Games making me bite my tongue a little bit now, bite my little lips as well, because I'm super nervous, man. They're getting toasted out there by Almighty. 5 life deficit on the defense now for Dunia Games. Almighty taking the fight up to them, and a 4 life deficit isn't going to allow Dunia Games to really get crazy out there on the battlefield. They need to win all of their gunfights, and with that takedown onto Incendio, Jet Sky making sure he drinks this on along well. Dunia Games, they cannot lose any more lives out there on the battlefield. Long rotation by Heaven, who is punished. All equalized now. Dunia Games, 5 more seconds, have to keep Almighty back. Irfan J makes his way in, and that's done and dusted. The Indonesians pull that round away with 2 seconds left on the clock. They slay out Almighty.
And that was a good reversal being done by Dunia Games. They slowed it down, not really rush into the sights of Almighty, and they took advantage of the time because it's Almighty need is to step into that hill, into that point to stop the time. And even if they had the lead, if they can plan approach of waiting for Almighty and taking them down later on, they can take a lead in terms of the lives. And that is what Dunia Games is planning right now. They have a 1 life deficit, make it 2, and they are still in roll. This time, it is attackers, Dunia Games, making the play.
Oh, head glitch played to perfection against ZAX. Irfan J now from the back. Quick scope does not hit. Irfan steps in front of him, scares him a little bit as well. You could see the crosshair shaking a bit as he pops out of nowhere, takes that slay. Irfan J back and forth. He just darts around the battlefield, picking up kill after kill. And the players of Dunia Games are having such a tough time dealing with him. Now, Dunia Games, a great push into that B control side, managing to pull away 1 quadrant already, but they circle around. around. The pressure is not there from the Indonesian side as they only have a single player after a single player heading on into control without holding on to Graves. Now, if you do not have one player overextend and hold Graves, you are not going to pull away that B control point so easily. With a 1 life deficit, this looks like it's going to be tough, but Heaven with that backstab Annihilator wasted as all he gets is a single kill.
Yeah, and as we see, Dunya Games take over Bravo right now. Everyone will be forced to choose from the Almighty side. They need to get good positions.
Se metió un becazo rocato con la tapa de la mesa, con una pata de la mesa, cabrón.
Baby, no te desvías, eso vale.
O sea, porque literal es tan hambriado que estaba mirando así, moviendo la cola y echándose para atrás. Y cuando volteó, se metió contra la pinche pata de la mesa, cabrón.
Damaging for All Might right now. The Slayer cannot put in the Slay, thus the lives will be a little bit more on well, this time it's 6 points on the life deficit, but
como en 25 minutos voy a empezar ya a jugar un arranquecilla ahí para calentar.
And here comes Incendio pushing his boundaries. And I really do not understand why they get aggressive when they pull out some of these operators, right? Just waste it. But they know that they've got the same capability against Dunya Games, even though they are on the defense. Almighty pushes Dunya Games back.
No.
Almost spawn trapping them and managing to pull away the third round. And now, Dunya Games, on the other hand, they are on the defensive. Let's see how this pans out for them. Because all they need to do is just lock down those angles just like they did earlier on. But pay a little bit more attention towards that B control point. Because obviously that's going to be the first spot Almighty runs in for.
Yeah, that is the advantage that they can take to get all the life that they need to take the advantage. And then later on, once everyone is heading to Alpha, if Bravo will be given away.
No, pues sí.
That they a little bit close in there in terms of life, but it will be even out and also taken over by Dunya Games right now with
no,
the simple mistake that Almighty has done.
3-2-1. Incendio slays back and forth. Dunya Games on the brink of annihilation if they do not get control of this control matchup. No pun intended. With a 2-life deficit. You know that they are struggling. They are on the defense, and yet they are allowing Almighty to trade lives with them as Almighty makes their way forth to pull away all of those points. B control point not dealt with at all. No defensive maneuver by Dunya Games. This has got to be a little disappointing as they step up front. They get annihilated. Instead, 3 players on that B control point, and nothing Dunya Games can do about this to make sure they do not lose it.
Yeah, that's one thing that Dunya Games is doing is probably save on the lives because later on, earlier, that is where they made that switch up. If you save lives, you may be able to take advantage of that on the defense if you pull everyone on Alpha. And all Almighty needs to do right now is slowly rush in to stop the time. Even if they have the lead on the lives, ZZX might be able to turn that around with 1 or 2 kills later on, thus rushing Almighty towards that next point. But a little bit of aggressiveness coming in from Dunya Games, and we'll have to see if that's trading off. Not quite sure what Almighty is facing right now, but they are making those small mistakes and also losing that advantage.
And as long as Dunya Games can, I don't want to say keep this up, but they really need to improve. FHJ shutdown onto Heaven by Zeze. That is just back-to-back by Zeze as he whips out the right-tech AMR, goes to town with the players of Almighty. Jeff Pro, crazy investment of the XS1 Glide. But this is not hard point. You need to move towards that capture point, towards that A control. Jeff Pro sprays down, gets the wall bang onto Gonzi as well. Turns around, Fred backs away. Good engagement, but now they can confidently push in with the XS1 to pull away this A control point. What sort of a solution does Dunya Games have for this XS1? A double stun will slow it down, but wallbang still will annihilate Gonzi. Zeze has no option. Annihilate is shut down. 5-5, make that 5v4. Dunya Games loses their life. A control point almost out of their hands. Zen gets a double. This is so scrappy, but Almighty with 2 more lives. What a matchup we've got on our hands.
It's a good play that has been done by Dunya Games right now. They really don't rush in, waste those lives, and thus Almighty really risk that Goliath for their play, but it was a little bit too far as well as going
¿Qué haces,
solo.
baby?
Even with the Goliath, you will be taken
Viendo
down.
video
And for the roamers
¿De
of
qué?
Dunya Games, they can just
de
take
Facebook.
advantage of the focus onto the alpha and get the slays. So far, it's tied right now 2-2, but
¿Es
as
en
you
vivo?
can see,
No.
Almighty on the
Es ayer.
defensive side, we'll have to see what attack can Dunya Games bring in here, because so far the attackers
¿Qué
are
hace?
in at bay and the defense is
Comiendo
still
papitas.
working at it for those wins.
Oh, shut up and Incendio, opening up big against the players of Dunia Games. And now,
Porque
as
realmente me
Dunia
quiero
is
comer
on the
este
attack,
Monterrey
Zen
de...
goes in for the investment onto the Annihilator. Annihilates shut up halfway through, spots out yet another one, but the slide is just too quick. Zeze finishes him off with the secondary Incendio punish, and now this is the control point that Dunia Games wants to invest all of your members in here for. And from the back, the players of Almighty, they are trying to pretty much pull off a spawn trap, not allowing Dunia Games to get anywhere close to the B control point or past Memorial for that A control. As long as Dunia Games can focus their players onto one side of the map, they're going to have the advantage here against Almighty, who are underestimating their plays. But Dunia Games is not going in for a one-sided attack.
Yeah, and Almighty has
Dentro de
drawn
una hora
the
scream,
line
eso espero,
right
cabrón.
now, and anyone who steps over will be slain. 10 lives deficit already against Almighty, and it's not looking good for Dunya Games, though they might be able to go in for this Bravo
GG.
push. They are still pushed back
Valió
in
verga.
response, thus
OG.
losing that advantage. Also losing the lives. Jetsky a little bit too aggressive at this point, might be running into a trap. It's a good thing that they're all together. They might be able to go and defend them, but as we can see right now, 16 seconds stop, not so much on the lives being turned over by Dunya Games.
Oh, but Dunia Games now showing some signs of life, but Heaven says, get the heck out of here. Slays out 3 players back to back, make that a 4 combo, annihilating Dunia Games. The Garudas fall, and from the height that they usually fly, this fall gotta hurt. 3 more seconds to go. Almighty serves up onto a pause. Jetsky shows the size of life once again, but with 2 lives, what can you do? 1 second, Almighty hands over a hot, fresh donut to Dunia Games, kicking them down into the lower brackets.
2 of the winning conditions being brought in by Almighty, whether it's taking the time or taking the lives, and both of them, a waste has been done by Dunia Games. Almighty right now, despite of the pauses they have, didn't lose the momentum a little bit probably on that first round, but as they continue on, they understand the rotation of Dunia Games esports, thus they can also track on how to stop them. And that's one thing, if you show those tactics and not having a little, we have Jabin.
Blacklist Ultimate will be able to complete this.
¿Es esta las partidas que ustedes dicen que son intensas?
Be something that ABC Esports needs to pull out a secret file from their playbook to go against them, especially when they've seen them against WDC free slot. This is for Blacklist International Ultimate. Even if
de hecho, hoy podemos ver la segunda parte, loco. El segundo día.
A harder map to take the double capture, I'm expecting one thing from Blacklist International Ultimate. It is unexpected that we might see from this team.
You know, Tin usually steps up for the team. And yes, Jabin didn't really wake up in that series against ABC Esports, but even Tin, he struggled a lot, right? I believe overall in that matchup, he barely got past that 0.6 KD average against ABC Esports at the Hussey and the Hardpoint. The whole team of Blacklist Ultimate struggled. And that was when we made the assessment to say that, okay, we feel like Blacklist Ultimate is hiding strats here. We feel like they're not going ham against ABC Esports. They just want to make sure ABC drops the guard against them. But has that strat actually served them well? This is where we get to see it. And I absolutely love the fact that we get to see this at the playoffs up here at the upper brackets, because it's a true test of Blacklist Ultimate and what they can do out there on the battlefield. Hiding strats or not, playoffs, definitely not a space where you can do such a thing anymore. You drop the beat for a single moment and you are going to be on the brink of annihilation.
Yeah, one thing I'm afraid of for ABC Sports is since they've been winning all the series that they have against all these teams and all the tactics might have been shown
El Pac-Man
already,
más
and
perdido
that
que
can be
nada, cabrón.
easily turned around with Blacklist International Ultimate. We'll have to see that as we start off the state of
Que hacen ahí
hardpoint
lo
right
mismo
now,
de
and
Money.
everyone will be rushing straight on towards that middle of the map. Good position right now being done by Blacklist International
Si es rico el
Ultimate to
encebollado.
take the power positions first, prioritize in this lace and cleaning up before stepping into the hill.
Yeah, but ABC already sending in 3 players to play the objective, but the backstab. Blacklist takes over 3 power positions. Aurora, launch center, and control room from the second floors. They lock out every single angle possible.
A ver, ¿qué traen los de
and they
Blacklist?
annihilate the players of ABC, only to break the hill for a few seconds, but ABC's right back in there. The moment they spawn out, they throw their numbers and they throw their objective players towards that hill, and Fountain belongs to them. The Indonesians just playing this slightly better than Blacklist Ultimate at the moment, and early rotations in for P2
hace
is
ese verga ahí
not
arriba,
even going
loco?
to be possible because Blacklist Ultimate loses out their gunfights left, right, center, unable to circle around control room or the launch center to backstab and hold the anchors for P2, which means ABC should be able to string this along now.
Yeah, ABC Esports understanding well the hiding spot wherein they can cut off the approach of Blacklist International Ultimate slays after slays, especially with Aimer in there taking the lead, 41-8. That is point, and the second hard point will be triggered. Blacklist third will be in here taking the lead on stepping into this hill, but the rest of the teams of ABC Esports is now on to the push, and there we have it. This is what we usually
Mira,
see
aquí a
on
diferencia
the approach
de-
of ABC Esports. Yes, they
de
can kick
PUBG,
out a few seconds, but the moment
siento que en
you get
Norteamérica más
comfortable,
nivel que
ABC will
que
be
en Asia.
basically taking it out from you.
Oh, fantastic plays by ABC Esports for the time being.
En Asia es al
They
revés.
managed to string along their dominance at P1.
En Asia
to
tienen los
and
mejores
hold the
equipos.
spawns for P2,
En PUBG.
but now they fail as a team. And look at the strat from ABC Esports here. The game of patience
Pero
before
aquí,
going in for the
no sé,
break
loco.
once again. They gather up their players
Yo no veo a los
first at the
asiáticos
bottom
tan
of
fuertes.
launch center, and then they take the fight up to Blacklist Ultimate. But time has run out now. Scrap points to be played. Final 10 seconds for ABC Esports and Blacklist Ultimate. The main reason why they finally lost their hold onto P2 was because 3 players already rotate over to hold on to the spawn as well as the hard point for P3. This is a big money hill, so good decision made by Blacklist Ultimate, but they need to win their gunfights desperately or it's gonna be a GG. Now the spawn has been taken over by ABC Esports. Here's the start to the potential end. ABC Esports now, angle by angle, strategically locking down Blacklist Ultimate.
Yeah, and this is one great hold right now by Blacklist International Ultimate. But as you mentioned, it is the sneaky ways of ABC Esports to get through and get past
mejor
the
y sí,
hold
Pedro,
that
quién sabe.
Blacklist has. Thus, they can creep in onto that hill. Even if they take advantage of the spawns, slowly clearing out that hill and then putting it on the side or reversing the spawns to the side of Blacklist International Ultimate, that is where ABC is showing up, even with the skills available. Blacklist International Ultimate not showing that much in terms of capture. It is 76-56 already into the points and not looking good for the Blacklist Ultimate brand.
One good hard point can put you back in the lead, but also one good hard point for the Indonesians can allow them to absolutely decimate and run away with this matchup and make sure Blacklist Ultimate finds no way of sneaking back in. And now the stab from Crates, although they spawn out at a good spot, the players of Blacklist Ultimate just cannot sustain their battles out there on the battlefield. One solo hole coming through from FDX finally has the hill broken, and Blacklist Ultimate have the game of numbers now to work with. ABC spawning out of generators, but here's an option now for Blacklist Ultimate. If they can invest in some of these operators well, like Skirt has done, they should be able to dominate for a little bit, and that's exactly what's happening out there. Just with that, they're almost back in this matchup, but they just need to keep this momentum up for themselves here, Neptune.
Yeah, and from the previous hill that we've seen, that could have been a turn of tides for Blacklist Ultimate, but it's a good thing that they can turn it around from this hill, chaining it towards the next when this P1 cycles in. It is ABC right now who takes advantage of this area, getting close to that P1, but as we can see how Blacklist Ultimate is setting up for P2, hopefully we can see more of winnings of the gunfight if they intend to win this game, because so far even if you have good
No,
ideation
no,
in terms of getting the spawns, if you don't win the
¿A quién le darás
gunfight, it
tú,
will
rata?
be flipped
Oh,
against you.
Let's see exactly whether or not the players of Blacklist
espérate, que
Ultimate
creo
will
que
be
yo
able
voy
to
a...
flip this around, because the first thing that they need to
Buena
do
lama que
is
tengo,
gain
buena.
control of those power positions once again. And now it was a good play earlier on, but the one weakness of that play was they barely had objective players picking away the points even after they got the slays. This
Baby,
time around, they
escucha
make
muy
sure they
fuerte.
bring in those adjustments, and even the objective player in the name of FDX doing a lot by playing out the players on the side
Mía,
of ABC who take
bájate.
over scaffolding. As everybody holds onto those angles, the players of Blacklist Ultimate refuse to allow ABC to run away with this match just yet. And they're this there, toe to toe, and Blacklist Ultimate once again takes the fight to ABC. It's a close game, no matter
Baby, se
what
escucha lo
ABC
que
Esports
estás
feels like they're
viendo.
doing
¿Qué?
out there. Blacklist
Se
Ultimate
escucha lo
always
que estás
finds a
viendo.
way to catch them right back.
Escucha lo
But
que
a
estoy viendo.
close to 40-point lead
Sí.
now for
Tú.
ABC Esports. This has to be good for them. They just need to string this along. But Blacklist Ultimate, although they've got the hard point, nobody's anchoring down the spawns.
Yeah, no one is anchoring. No one is going in
Te
for
voy a
the push.
bajar el
But
volumen.
fortunately, Skurd was surviving the gunfight. Blacklist International Ultimate will be able to take over, and they need to focus on 3 points. Okad's right now on the other side, cutting off this 1 point of approach into this next hill, and might be able to get the kills. And there goes a takedown, a double ready for Okad's, and will be taking over 25 and counting up. It's a good thing Blacklist was able to catch up at the point, making it a little bit closer in terms of this lead that ABC has. But if Blacklist couldn't push this hill for the next 23 seconds, it will be
Y siguen
difficult for
pushando,
them because
20
they
segundos.
failed already from the previous approach on to that B3.
You gotta play the map, you gotta control the spawns at takeoff, and that's one of the things that Blacklist International Ultimate showed the other teams. So it's extremely surprising to see them themselves not play the map dominance, not play those rotations well, not hold on to these spawns, not anchoring down some of the very, very favorable spawns, especially for that P2 play. So that's a little bit disappointing if you're a Blacklist Ultimate fan. And ABC Esports looking to punish them for those missed decisions out there on the battlefield. This time around, they have one anchor player on for generators, and that's a terrible idea because it's very difficult to sustain the spawns if you only have one guy holding it down. And a two-pronged attack from the side of ABC Esports gets them the spawns out of generators, Skirt on the back, annihilating them. AG invests in the operator as well, and the Purifier will get a couple of slays. And just like that Blacklist International Ultimate, although they do not hold on to the favorable spawns long enough, their gunfights get them to catch up with ABC.
Yeah, ABC right now taking over the spawns, but still, Blacklist International Ultimate will be pushing in here. Aimer, backstab possibility. There goes Kurt as well as FDX for the push. With 11 seconds scrap points being taken by Blacklist Ultimate, this is enough for them to catch up on the points, and this is where they turned around earlier. So I think ABC Esports might be in a bit of trouble if they use or they the same mistake as we've seen from this fight. But 10 right now will not be surveying because ABC has already taken notes of where Blacklist Ultimate can be taken down from those angles, and ABC will be getting a lot more of points in here.
This is a close match, but no matter how close it is, ABC Esports always finding a way to stay in front. Me6, great engagements, 2 back-to-back slays only to get traded out. God nade out of AG. Trickstis drops by, slays out a couple of players before getting annihilated. AG still sustaining his life out there on the battlefield. Hunter-killer drone will be sent out. Nice. Finds nobody, but Tin gets a double through that Freddy, and Blacklist Ultimate fight their way back into the matchup. Can they hold on to this? 3 objective players. Yes, they do!
Dentro de este punto lo es muy complicado
of equalizing with ABC Esports, and it will happen at this hill.
Good point by Blacklist Ultimate on this hill, catching up on the points right now. Only 2 lead being taken by ABC Esports. A backstab of Okads going for the 3rd in there, and Okads at this point unstoppable, only getting scrap points. Rotations being done already, but not so much because you need to get power position first. ABC will be spawning a little bit too far from this hill, and it is Blacklist Ultimate who might be taking the lead. But here comes Okad, still unstoppable, and will be steamrolling on his kills to make sure that they have clear path towards that hill. But it is Javen right now who will stop and will be stopping that approach by ABC Esports. ABC Esports taking over this.
Engagement-wise, it seems like the players of ABC have got the upper hand against Blacklist International Ultimate. So whenever we go into the open hill down here at Fountain, it's just a very one-sided game. The Indonesians will find a way to dominate Blacklist Ultimate, which is quite surprising. If they had Yato here on their side, the dominance out of ABC will not be this easy, you know. Yato, one of their main slayers out there on the battlefield, and without him trying to get all of those opening frags and slays, obviously the engagement is going to be so much more tougher, but there's no room for excuse here whatsoever. Blacklist Ultimate on for the rotation. They need to make their way around and anchor those spawns, but XS1 Goliath instead is the investment. AG for the chase, and as quickly as the XS1 Goliath said hello, it says bye-bye and gets the heck out of this match.
And even if AG and 10 is popping up already, 13 plus onto the kills, Javen is still in there, bottom fragging for this team, and this is what we're talking about. If Javen will not be popping off in this match, even the rest of the teams are moving up, there's not much of change will be happening. So it is him to turn it on right now. This is
pero los ABC le están metiendo el huevo a los de Blacklist,
taken by ABC Esports might not be enough. Blacklist Ultimate shouldn't risk it. They need to defend it. They need to capture that kill, and they need to get that point.
Yeah, let's see if or not the players of ABC can just bring this to a close now. The dominance from the Indonesian side very apparent in this matchup against Blacklist International Ultimate. If the first one was a fake, Blacklist International Ultimate needs not worry, because ABC wants to make sure that the one verdict we pull at the very end can be the same. Fake or not, we are better. 246, 247, and this is game over as ABC Esports, the Indonesian dominators, dominate the Eastern champs.
Yeah, I guess this makes the story a little bit concrete, because we are asking for a turnaround by Blacklist International Ultimate, but ABC Esports have it planned out as well not to let them. And ABC Esports, they are taking one map on this series. Great momentum for this team already, but we are going to slow it down and search and destroy.
Yeah.
When it comes to search and destroy, I mean, early rotations is only one part of the...
Difficult to find a team. Turn the pressure into. Win for whoever who gets that first kill. That statistic has been one of the most strongest statistics in the competition so far.
ABC Esports,
just quite phenomenal if you think about it, because to each other, you know, they are quite fluid with their movements out there, because when one falls, the other quickly takes his position and plays the phenomenal if you estimate.
We've seen snipers take advantage of this map, but not so much. You can only take a few angles to get those snipes, and that would depend on the aggressiveness of your opponent if they will be rushing on towards that angles. But as we can see, a little bit of rush coming in from ABC Esports, not giving headway for Blacklist International Ultimate really to make their move. And there goes Okads for the kill against FDX.
Reef, good angle held down, but first blood here for the side of ABC Esports. And based on the call by Cali, usually those first bloods do trade out eventually to end up with a win for whoever who gets that first kill. That statistic has been one of the most strongest statistics in the competition so far. Not just at stage 4, but at stage 3 as well, which is quite shocking, you know, because technically, if you're on an S&D, you're just playing for trades sometimes. And just because you drop that single player doesn't mean, you know, that round is all lost. But it just seems to me that the data shows it is.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about getting that first blood is the information. So once you understand where that player's is coming from, and you have a clear view as well, or none of the view of the other players on that same area, so you can deduce where the other members are, make your plan onto rotations, and later on get the slaves. And with less manpower, you cannot defend yourself that much, thus the pressure will be put on you. As we can see right now, ABC Esports putting a little bit pressure against Blacklist International Ultimate.
Let's see if they can turn the pressure into annihilation. Cats once again steps up, spots the other player, goes in for the chase, and Jamin turns around 180 to take him out of the equation. Brixis on the other hand, good slide by Jamin, waking up in this S&D matchup, but only to be traded out by Me6. But that's what we want to see out of Jamin, signs of life.
Yeah, life from Javen will be the fuel for the rest of the teams. I'm wishing that that's not the case, but that is what's showing. The moment that Javen is popping off, the rest of the teams follow. And probably that's the leadership that Javen has. And some other member of, I
Baby,
guess, a team of Blacklist Ultimate might be able to put
baby.
in that fuel as well.
Mande.
But that will yet to be
Me
seen
lambe los
as
pies para que le
we
dé comida,
have
¿eh?
a
Es una
trade-off
ratita.
already into
No,
the
ya de una
space.
papita
It is
ahí.
a plan being done by AG, but there goes the 3v4.
What can they do with this time around? Numbers back and forth. It's a 2v1 all of a sudden. Aimer with the shutdown onto AG. But FDX, if anyone can touch this out, it's gonna be him. 2v1, FDX needs to deal with both of them here. Quickscope does not connect, and Aimer manages to get the slay. Easy defusal for ABC.
I mean, they
Se lo
do
come, sí.
understand where FDX will be placing themselves in their man
A ver.
advantage. There's a little bit of pressure against FDX, and the push by one can be a signal by the other to go into the backside.
Mira,
So
Given.
that was a plan. It was initiated a little bit early,
Míralo ahí.
but the result will be the same. Thus, ABC will be getting their second point.
How will ABC Esports continue to run away with this matchup? Slums so far has been pretty much one-sided. It's not too late for Blacklist Ultimate to turn things around, but OCATS once again first blood to the side of ABC. Ultimately struggling as AG pulls that plant off. The rest of them stack Memorial. What an angle to hold on to. Javen punishes Tricksters who overextends. Then finds Basics as well. Slowly, the equalizer from the side of Blacklist Ultimate. It's a 3v3.
Yeah, 3v3 indeed, and they understand the angles that can be taken. Reef right now going for the kill against AG. It's a good thing that he was able to crouch down a little bit. Guys, for the hit against Javen, and AG responded against Reef right now. Sin taken down, and it is now by AG taken out. Guys, to make this play 7 seconds, 6 seconds, and there's no time. AG says hi, and there goes the good boss.
You know, this time the setup from Blacklist Ultimate was good. I was wondering if or not AG was going to make a mistake by engaging prematurely, but Trigger discipline there as he repositions, allows the opponent to get to that bomb, to try for the defusal. And this is exactly why it's so important to find your positions, lock down that plant, and then play the defensive game, because 40 plus seconds, 45 seconds is very easy to run down as long as you can pressure all of your opponents away. And ABC Esports, if they get overconfident, you have to punish them with your gunfire. Blacklist Ultimate.
Le di un pedacito de nuggets y lleva media hora con ese nugget ahí.
Pobrecito. Dale un cachito porque se puede ahogar.
No, y lo está picando él ahí. Y tiene unos dientotes.
There are no lost lives just yet. Initiation not happening. Reef right now has an opportunity for the backstab as well as a flank. But FDX will just be waiting in here. Damage in there by against Javen. Skirt for the backup. No one was baited into that push. And Skirt right now gets back to position. No one will let go of this until they get more information, as ABC will slowly be creeping in and rushing in towards this thing.
This time no access for that B-bomb side. So it'll be a good idea to rotate around towards A. Information picked up here by Javen. And he makes his access in. But to get out towards dumpsters, that's where the problem lies. Skirt, good engagement. Manages to sneak away. But as he turns the corner, won't be able to punish Tricksters as well. OCAT straightens out Skirt. But the game of numbers now, to the benefit of Blacklist Ultimate. But Reef makes that all equal as he shuts down Tin. OCAT, great engagement. FDX tagged up. AG sneaks away. And OCAT still one of the dangerous players out there on the battlefield to deal with. 7 frags so far. Godnade is not going to connect. And OCAT just plays the game of patience until he finds that backup reach him as well. And now, as a line, they push up. But Javen, I love the angle held on here.
Yeah, good heady right now by Javen. A push right now from the sides. Javen takes out Messick's. OCAT is the only guy left against 3 members. Bomb taken 28 seconds. OCAT for the rush against AG. But AG will be taking him from the side. Bouncing off on a 2v2. And I love how Blacklist International Ultimate is just waiting for the perfect time to get those kills.
Yeah.
Even if they are tied on a 4v4, 3v3, they don't rush. Well, the pressure is being turned around by Blacklist against ABC. We are seeing a little bit of aggressiveness from ABC because of the momentum that they have from the earlier parts of this round. Thus, they cannot slow down that easily. They are taking advantage of BLU.
Reef, good engagement here. Jabin and Skirt once again steps up for the team. Now, I really don't understand the chat sometimes, you know. Like, sometimes, you know, you have players who underperform. And instantaneously, they start to rain down all of the curses upon that player, saying that, you know, they are a bot player out there, can't aim, can't do nothing. Now, how do you explain Jabin getting the top frags this time around? The guy has been picking up so much of slack for the side of Blacklist Ultimate, because without Jabin, many a times now, you would have seen ABC Esports run away with this matchup. You know, every game you are going to have some players do well, you are going to have some bottom fraggers, but it doesn't mean that they're not good. At the end of the day, it is a team game and not a solo game. And Jabin this time around, doing so much, also picking up that final slay on Tricksters, 3-2, Blacklist Ultimate in front.
Yeah, there's one thing I can say about that, what's happening in the comment section, or as well as respond to the question. It's all part of the plan. I mean, Jabin might be holding off a little bit, but that's part of the plan. Once he is needed, he is popping off. This time, he's the top fragger, also making the lead by Blacklist International Ultimate. As they slow it down and attack, Bravo will be the target right now. Good approach, one on the back out of FDX, but unfortunate for them, the grenade from Messix takes him out.
I love those god nades, man. Just such a game changer. He gets in, backs away, but fully tagged up. Aimer finishes him off. What a combo! That nade, you gotta back away, and you cannot go in for the re-engagement. Aimer punishes Skirt as well as Reeve sorts out Tin. What an attacking side of ABC Esports. FDX super low on HP, and therefore he backs away from all of the engagement. But can he catch out Reeve? This angle here that FDX is going to be playing around with. He just needs to sneak around, fight the player. Big scope does not hit, and Reeve snuffs him out. 3-3. It's all equal. You gotta love this S&D.
Yeah, I mean, Reef right now, even if you get like a few milliseconds ahead of him, you cannot take him down that easily. How quick he can move, how quick he can flick that to take you down with a KSP. That is one thing about Reef. That he is getting mostly of the MVP in terms of the top frag. But Blacklist International Ultimate right now will be forced in on backing or on rotating on towards that Bravo. Bomb is already on the ground, and it is now 4-4 right now, and there goes the plant. Reef right now needs to defend himself too on the rush.
We do apologize for the technical difficulty if you guys are hearing the Indonesian casters. Thankfully, we're not hearing them at the moment, so it's not going to disturb our mojo. But Blacklist Ultimate, it looks like they needed a little bit of Indonesian interference because that kind of pumped them up.
I mean, I guess they don't want to hear us. they want to, some words that they don't understand, to give them a little bit of beat in their mind. They'll have to right now. It's 4-3 on the scores right now. Blacklist International Ultimate taking a lead, and they will be defending either Alpha or Bravo. The focus right now is on Bravo. It's only AG taking Alpha at this point. Midman will be FDX. No angle can be taken against ABC just yet, and ABC will be taking this low.
As slow as this goes, Blacklist Ultimate now on the defense. This needs to play.
What the fuck?
Really well.
¿Esa animación qué, cabrón?
Nade will get them the hit mark. Oh, extra bit of information, and therefore he follows it up with the grenade. Can he get this? God nade does not connect. But good ideation. Get that information with the stun first, and then send a supply of nades to follow that up. You know, it's just a little unfortunate that the second one doesn't connect.
Here we go. We have Messix right now. We've seen, the last time we've seen this guy on the sniper, he has put up a show. Even against FDX, Messix and Trickster will be a combination deadly for the approach. Does AG right now slowly moved in, missed those shots, and all gods got the best of him. Jabin and the rest of the teams will be flanking, getting good position to make that response of the surprise. And Jabin has that opportunity, but the sights on the other side might be a little bit too late. It's 2 against 5.
This is too good of an attacking side out of ABC Esports. Just clearing out the compound, clearing out those players. 3 back-to-back frags. Jabin manages to get the backstab though. Heavy carry by Mr. Jabin in this S&D. Tin needs to wake up alongside Skirt, but as I say that Skirt goes down, too easy for ABC Esports. And now Jabin, regardless of however hard he's carrying the team, there's no way he's going to take this 1v4, or will he? Meeseeks spotted out, tags him up. But the bait has completed, and Meeseeks uses that opportunity to close the gap and shut him down.
The scores right now is 4-4, and I guess they are being outplanned right now and are smarted. Each team provided their own tactics in this game, trading off this course, and it is still balanced. So there is still no clear picture of who will dominate this game, but so far ABC Esports has shown great potential, especially with the snipers against the sniper of Blacklist International Ultimate, that is FDX. ABC right now waiting against slow rush from both teams with a split of 2-1-2 from Blacklist International Ultimate. Might be pristine, but that would depend on the first blood that will be happening in a bit.
Or 4, 5v5, things are tense, but ABC Esports always plays it to perfection in terms of their slow push when they're on the attacking side. Oh, what an unfortunate bounce. No information for him through that stun. Concuss is not going to be doing its job. FDX, on the other hand, is holding on to those angles, trying to hope and pray to get a spot. But OCATS isn't going to be appearing in front of his crosshairs anytime soon. And ABC Esports, the pressure is towards the B bomb site, but you have got OCATS overextending in towards Broken. AG is going to be in a lot of trouble here if he gets caught out. We can see Trickster's backing him up as well, but FDX couldn't frag. We've taken out of the equation. OCATS just needs to spot his right hand side. This is going to be intense. AG not overstepping his boundaries at all, Neptune.
Yeah, and AG right now might be able to go for the kill. Misses those shots. FDX is a little bit too far, and will be backing off because he is the sniper. Information relayed already, and the push and the plan being done on this point. Alpha right now is down for the count, and the rotation of Blacklist will be sighted, will be red, and they will be taken down one at a time. Fake right now for the defusal, but that will be a risky move. Jabin going solo. Backstab by Tin.
Oh, Tin, good spot, but doesn't get punished at the same time. Meeseeks once again for the re-engagement, goes in for the slide. Meeseeks
no digas mamadas.
Pulls out the secondary, annihilates Tin. You
No, y
don't
así
see that
piensan ganar
happen
la
all the
drive.
time. ABC Esports.
Así piensan ganar la drive, ¿verdad? Hombre, ahí te agarra Tectonic, te mete le mete dos pistolazos a ese güey, pum, se vira a matar al sniper, pum, 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 viene Blue, puchea por Blue y le mete el pito al desconector y va y
Right there.
equipo
Now,
de
as we can see, the
ABC.
battle continues 5-4 in favor of ABC Esports. This is no slowing down anymore. ABC will be rushing and they will be gunning in against Blacklist, but they are also going into their vets. It is now a 2v3 situation. Skurd right now taking the lead as AG will be waiting from the side. Approach has been cut off. And ABC is now stumped.
Good angle here by Tricksters. Playing against the game of numbers.
¿Por qué nunca cotorreas en el chat?
No, you can't. We saw a similar pace earlier on from Blacklist Ultimate as they managed to pick up the win against WDC free slot. You know, it was back and forth until they decided to just run away at the Slums matchup. That was an SND match as well that managed to finally kick down WDC into the low brackets against the ABC Esports. A similar story, but ABC are the ones who have in front of Blacklist Ultimate. That's the only difference here. So the Filipinos need to find a good way to change the pacing of this matchup before it's too late now.
Yeah, I mean, either ways, whether they go slow, they go fast, the results most of the time are the same. This is the instance wherein ABC and Blacklist went fast, but it went into the favor of Blacklist right now. Man advantage, but Meeseeks has a chance to take it slow. But with the clutch that can be done on the small area, with all 4 members waiting for you, FDX will be ending that. And there was really a little chance for Meeseeks to go in for that push and for that clutch as well.
I like this. I like this equalizer. But if Blacklist Ultimate wants to pull the exact same maneuver on ABC as they did on WDC earlier on at the Slums SMD, this is where they need to start running away. They are on the defense. And therefore, ABC rushes straight into them and AG gets the first lay. If he was losing out the initial ones, it doesn't matter. Because this time round, he wins out 3 back-to-back engagements. AG is back on fire.
AG right now will just be waiting, might be giving the rest of the teams a good flank in here against Trickster as well as Me6. The sniper, a little bit deadly. FDX will be the target. FDX just missing that push from the sides, as Tricksters will be missing him as well. And as we can see, slow pace right now might not be favoring ABC once again, because once the pressure of going below that 1 minute mark will throw them off as the bomb is on the ground being guarded well by AJ.
Let's see, how are they gonna circle
Well,
around here? The numbers don't look good on the side of ABC. We talked about Blacklist
Diga que
Ultimate
no
running
fotografía
away.
conmigo.
This is them on the little
Baby, pero si estás viendo el juego.
Well, little by little, man. Chug on
¿Cómo le
forward.
fue a Tribe? Siempre
Numbers.
Tribe gana, loco.
Shows himself, tries to bait out the player, but to
Ah, no,
no
pregunta
avail.
gente.
Bomb spotted already. Blacklist Ultimate knows exactly
Ricardo,
where to squeeze
¿otra
down,
vez?
but that distraction allows Messix to take Jabin out of the equation, and now they have to also deal with that left-hand side push. Messix, can he get slayed out? Yet another player. If Scud gets taken out here, at this point, Tricksters, what a shot! FDX eliminated. Another rotation towards the B-bomb side. Absolutely perfect for ABC Esports. Do not step out, Skirt. Does so. Me6 taken down, and Skirt holds it together for Blacklist Ultimate to take this victory. Match point for the Filipinos.
Skirt
For the
didn't call for
Filipinos.
backup. He just showed him that he doesn't need it. Even with a 2 against 1, though both of them are snipers, he can still take it off that easily for this fight. Now, match point, as mentioned, AJ, I don't think there's a chance that Blacklist Ultimate will be giving out a point. As similar to
Hombre.
what we've seen earlier
Hombre,
against
se
WDC
pone-
3 slots, not so much on the speed and the pace.
No.
Coming from both teams, but aggressiveness is being
Yeah.
felt with those nades
Yo
and
voy a
with
decir que
those
no.
concussed. But
Yeah.
no one is being hit, no one killed just yet. FDX and Messix and
¿Cómo te tiene,
Tricksters
Pesillo?
will be playing this sniper battle a little bit too slow.
If Blacklist Ultimate wins this, we pretty much might have
A ver, eso no me
a very
interesa.
scarily,
Claro que sí te
eerily
quiero.
similar series as
Ya
to what
que
we
no me
saw
amas.
between
te amo.
WDC and Blacklist Ultimate.
Siento que no dijiste claro que sí
Lost
te amo.
that hard point. They
Claro que sí
won
te amo,
the SND,
desafortunadamente.
lost that control, and then swept up hard point and SND towards the end. And this matchup, this scoreline, this seems so weirdly similar to the Slums SND matchup that they played against WDC. Can they pull this off? Second time round, in the exact same day here. Tricksters, this time his angle's not going to catch anyone off. This is a good stack by Blacklist Ultimate. All those angles are shut down. Purely a gameplay for the defensive side of Blacklist Ultimate to hold on to those bomb sites.
Yeah, bomb sites, Dumpster, and Memorial being held by
No
2 and
es
3.
la fase 4
FDX
de-
in for the double, and that was collateral for the side
Sí,
of
Arena.
Reef. And I think this will trigger the push by Blacklist, but no! Skirt being
Oh,
taken out
GG.
in there, and it's a return of fire by Tin and AJ. It is now left to Mystics right now, and once again, it is a 1v4, little to no chance for Mystics in this game.
Yeah, Messix, I love this guy. He is a monster out there with the Rytech AMR, but gets spotted out by 3 players, and Tin finishes him off. Blacklist Ultimate, not once, but twice. 7-5 at Slum Search and Destroy. They annihilated WDC Free Slot with this map, with this match, kicked them down into the
Ay,
lower
tengo
brackets,
frío y
and they
hace un frío aquí en
start
esta
their
casa.
potential comeback against ABC
Apaga
Esports
el-
on the same map, on the same
el clima.
mode, exact same scoreline. Earlier on, it was Scared with the 13
Más rápido.
slays out there on the battlefield, but this time round, I believe
Okay.
Jabin just stood up tall to prove that he is not the weak.
Bueno, voy a cerrar en Facebook y en YouTube. Voy a jugar scrims al rato, como en 45 minutos por ahí voy a empezar a jugar scrims. Así que si quieren estar pendientes de mí jugando, voy a estar en 45 minutos aquí jugando. Pues mientras voy a poner un poquito de música aquí y jugar un poquito de rank. Y nada, los espero mañanita. Mañanita voy a abrir en Facebook y en YouTube. Un besito en las dos plataformas. Pásense para acá para la tropa, pásense para acá para la tropa. Al menos tener 100 personitas aquí. Go, que los quiero mucho. Un besito. Bye.